What's going on, everyone? We are going down. We're getting relegated. We are getting relegated. We are getting relegated. If I say it enough times, maybe I'll start to believe it, but it's the fact of the matter, so I better fucking get used to it. We're going down. Spurs have been beaten 3-1 by Crystal Palace at home. They're laughing at us as they go off the pitch. I can see the Palace players. They're just laughing at us because we're the laughing stock of the Premier League. We are the laughing stock. Here with Himothy to discuss what has been an absolutely disastrous day, one of the worst days in my Tottenham supporting life, as we've succumbed to a 3-1 defeat at home in one of our biggest games in our history. We are 1 point outside the relegation zone. We are 2 wins in 20 games. We are 5 losses in a row. We are 11 games without a win. Today, the damage was done, I think, in one moment for me, and that was Van der Ven's stupidity. We, had the game there. We were 1-0 up. Solanke scored after. We got a bit of reprieve. Not to say we were brilliant before that, but it was an even game, wasn't it? Get the goal. You're thinking, wow, come on, stick with this. Keep it tight. Just shut the back door. Make sure nothing happens. And Van der Ven with an inexplicable,
it was so unnecessary,
red card, pulling Sarr back when there's just no need to do it. Vicario's coming out of his goal. Then they get a penalty and a red card. The whole game swings on that one moment. They then go on to win 3-1, and Spurs are now really in the shit. Really in the shit. I mean, I don't know how much we can even analyse from the game, really. It's just about the situation. Like, the game was... we had the game, we were 1-0 up, and we chucked it away. And the game was done at half-time.
I thought it was kind of working the first half. We kept the ball, we were defending a bit better with Tell. We had a bit more... having Tell was such a big impact. It was so much more direct, especially with Sousa there. And we're going for it. Tell had a couple moments. We obviously got the goal, and we thought, okay, I really believe we could have seen it out until the red. That was it. That killed it. That killed everything because it was so unnecessary as well, is what the problem is. Vicario, 90% chance would have saved it. And even if it did go in, at least we would have had Van der Ven still there. We would have had the players.
Exactly.
We could have gone back into it. Or at least got a draw. Instead, we lost. And the game was done by half time.
I mean, I just can't get my head around the stupidity and the brainlessness from Van der Ven in that moment. To not only tug him, but then he full-on pulled him back. He got 2 hands on Son, made sure that the foul was noticeable. He made doubly sure that the referee.
As soon as he went into the box, he pulled it even more. He pulled his arm even more as soon as we got into the box.
And he gives away a penalty and a red card. He's our captain on the day. He is our captain. He's supposed to be leading this team. He's supposed to be the one that's everyone's looking up to, and he does that. He does that, puts us sells the team out, lets everyone down. And not only that, he's missing the game at Anfield as well. But today was so massive after the results happened yesterday. We saw that West Ham got their tails up with the win. We saw Forest get an equaliser at Man City. These are our relegation rivals right now. These guys have momentum. They're getting results. They're playing well. We needed to make a statement tonight. We are not going to go down without a fight. It's going to be difficult to send us down. And we sent that opposite message. We sent the message that we are ready and waiting to play in the Championship next season. It's like we're already preparing. The players are probably chatting to their agents already. What moves can you get me? What where am I moving to? What's going to happen next season? I ain't taking a 50% wage cut. I'm out of here. Let's start making the preparations. It's like they're willing to go down, some of these players. And yes, I understand 3-1 down. We screwed up, and then there was a bit of fight showed at the beginning of the second half. Ultimately, it was nowhere near enough. Always with 10 men, it was going to be difficult. But tonight, we shat the bed in what was a massive game. And we are... I think the terms banging trouble or seriously in trouble, I think don't do it justice. Yeah, they don't do it justice. We are the favourites of relegation. Right now, for me, we are heading down to the Championship. We are going down. We are getting relegated. Tottenham are not going to be a Premier League side right now, as things stand, in my opinion. The way things are going, we are not going to be a Premier League side next season. These players do not have the fight. They're not up for the fight for this relegation battle. They're not up for it. It's like this still hasn't sunk in yet for them, the situation we're in. and that actually are going down. Maybe they think, oh, we're in the fight, but we'll stay up and we'll win a few games and we'll save ourselves. Maybe they're just like assuming it'll just happen. We'll just win some games eventually and we'll save ourselves. Maybe they're just hoping something will fall into place. Someone's going to save us. Someone's going to swoop in and score a last-minute winner, or put in a few challenges, or save a penalty, or something's going to happen that's going to save our skin. Or we're going to get a new manager. Tudor maybe will go. Maybe we'll get Redknapp in, and he's going to come and save us. No one is coming to save us. No one is coming to save us. It's a helpless situation. We're sinking without a trace. There is nothing left here. There is nothing in this team that I can see. We're on our knees when it comes to fight, quality, decision making. In terms of, you see Palace, a clear plan. They're playing the same system as we are. Maybe in some, they got a bloody back three of Richards, Canvo, and whoever it was, Riyad. You telling me what they get into the Tottenham team? Of course they don't. But they have a clear plan. They have clear direction. They have a clear way of playing. They're popping it around with purpose. They know what they're doing, making the right runs, playing the pass at the right times. That's a team in tune with each other. We have no idea what we're doing. We don't know where our left arm is, let alone where each other are. We don't know where we're moving. We don't know where we're passing. We don't know what men we're picking up. We don't know what we're doing. We're completely all over the place. And it's leading to horrible decisions happening. Even we had a warning sign even before the penalty. They scored.
We got lucky.
His nose was offside. His nose was offside, so we got completely lucky. And then we took the lead. You think, okay, we got away with one there. Maybe we take advantage of it, but we didn't learn from it. We didn't learn from when it was Sarr in all three occasions. He won the penalty and scored 2 goals. On all 3 occasions, he got the better of us because they're a team knowing exactly what they're doing. And we're a team completely clueless out there on the pitch. We have no idea what it's like. We don't go into the game with a game plan. It's like
we don't know how to play football. We generally play like a Sunday league team, and I don't get it because it's been like this the whole season, even with Frank. Why is all we do is recycle the ball, boot it up, lose it, and then concede, and then go again? It makes no sense to me. Our only tactic, or all we do, we can't play football on the ground. We can't string 3 passes together. We just boot it up to Solanke or Richarlison, whoever's there, and just hope something comes of it, or get some luck and we score. That's our only hope. Now, the remaining fixtures, we literally need a miracle. I'm pretty sure every single one, apart from maybe one, or maybe it's all of them, we lost to last season. Mm-hmm. So how on earth are we gonna get any points here?
We need a miracle. We need an absolute miracle with the way we're playing. We've got no leadership in this team, which is a problem in itself. But this is a team that has no belief. It seems they just don't. Either they have no belief of getting out of the situation, or they're so confident and arrogant that they think it will just happen. I don't know which one is the case, but we are the worst team by a long way in this Premier League. We are awful. We are a shocking football team. Now, currently, on the current rate we're going, we are not just a horrible football team. We are one of the worst teams that's ever played in the Premier League on our current points per game ratio in the last 20 games now. That's 20 games that we've won 2, right? That would be 12 points over a season in that current ratio. That is one of the worst teams to have ever played in the Premier League. We're up there with the Derbys and Sunderland's when they got relegated, and even some of the teams from last season probably finished on more points. I think the team from last season, Leicester, finished on more. I think they finished on like 24, or Ipswich. They finished on 24 points. That's the current ratio we're on with the way we're playing. This team are clueless. They have no idea what they're doing, and what they are doing is sending us down. And the club. What has the club done? What have they done? Someone should grab them by the neck and let them stare at the team sheet and shove it in their face and say, this is what you've done. This is the situation. Shove the league table in their face and say, this is exactly where you have led us. No signings in January when the team is absolutely on its knees for signings, when we're 13 injuries, selling our winger who was our top goal scorer last season and not replacing him. So we end the window with less wingers than we started the window with. Leaving a manager in charge who had lost the support of the players a long time ago for months and months and months, leaving him in charge and letting the situation get to so bad that we're in a relegation fight and you had to change it. Not having a plan in place for when he goes and having to go with an interim manager with Igor Tudor, who Paratici wanted back in November, and now he only has 12 games to save it, and not enough time to turn things around.
We got rid of Johnson. We were all expected there to be a replacement. Nothing. No one comes in. Then Kudus gets injured for months. And then we're expecting, okay, we definitely need to get someone. And then we end up loaning out Dane Scarlett, who was playing minutes at a time. And we still brought no one in. That's how they run the club.
Signing 3 teenagers, after finishing 5th. Sacking the manager that won us the Europa League.
And get within the player who won it.
And appointing a Brentford manager who the players didn't respect. And letting it go on for so long.
We caught it so early. The football was so bad. Even in November. I remember I said it after the Monaco game, the 0-0. The football was so bad. Signs were there.
I don't know if you heard this, but I heard they didn't even want to sack him when they did. There was the Lewis family who wanted him gone. The Lewis family wanted him gone. They overrode him. The Lange and V&I. They didn't even want to sack him. And now it's led to this situation where...
Paratici would have gone months before.
The players now, we're learning a new system, a new way of playing. We're playing catch-up, and we're not only doing that, we're doing that with loads of injuries, and we're doing it under severe pressure of relegation.
It's too late.
And we left it so late, way too late. Way too late. And the damage has been done. It's all good and well you sacked Frank, but the damage has already been done. It doesn't matter if you sacked him at that point. That's what we were saying. You've already left it so long. You gave yourselves 12 games to save us. We're now 3 games into that, 3 losses, and we look just as bad, and we look like we're still confused because they're still having to play it a different way. The manager doesn't know what's best system for these players. He's got no idea. He's still learning. He's got no clue how to play these players and what position to put them in. So a lot of these players are on loan, or they're looking for moves in the summer. They're not invested in this. Mawani doesn't give a crap. Van de Ven Romero, they're getting sent off. They're selling us short. They don't care, it seems, at the moment. Conor Gallagher's come into this team. We signed a signing in January in the only position when we got 13 injuries, riddled with injuries and problems, and we made a signing in the only position we had depth in. The only position the whole squad we had depth in, which was a number 8. We have about 5 number 8, and we signed another one, and expecting things to change. It was mind-boggling. We made him our top pay earner, and we peddle all this nonsense. We're going to smash the wage structure in the summer. Don't you guys worry. We're going to invest. We're here to build something big. Well, you're going to be in the Championship. That's where you're heading. Are you gonna splash the wage structure in the Championship? You're gonna give Adam Armstrong $200,000 a week? Is that what you're gonna do? Is that where we're heading? The only person who can hold his head up high tonight was Archie Gray. He was the only one who fought for the team, had a bit of quality, did really well, got an assist. He was the only one fighting, but he was amongst a sea of absolute incompetency and shit. We are going down. There is no other simpler way to put this. We're getting relegated. And it's all down to this hierarchy and how they've managed the club and the years and years and years of this management, from not backing Pochettino, from making 0 signings in a transfer window, from splashing big money on flops and then deciding because those flops didn't work, we're no longer going to spend big money anymore. From sacking Pochettino, going from Mourinho to Conte to Nuno, flipping philosophy like the wind changes, going to Ange, then to Thomas Frank, not having a consistent plan in place from what the football club wants to be, having a mishmash of players and profiles in the squad that don't suit the way we play, and always leaving holes in the squad and always causing problems for managers, and always causing problems in terms of the squad we have, always not the right players in the right positions. And now we sit here on the precipice of relegation. We are looking over a cliff right now with 1 foot over it, it feels. And we are about ready to fall. We are ready to jump. And it doesn't even seem like we need that much pushing to get us to do that. This club is in the abyss. We are in the abyss. And once we fall, there ain't no parachute. The parachute payments ain't going to do much. There ain't no parachute is going to save us. We are going to fall. There is no saying we get back up. There's no saying where once we get to the bottom of that cliff, we can climb the mountain again and get back to where we were. This is what we're at risk of. We're at risk of falling down into the EFL, and it's a damn hard league to get out of, and things can get worse before they get better. You see Leicester at the moment. They won the league 10 years ago. They're now at risk of going down to League One. That can happen. That can happen to anyone. No one is too big for that. If there's any lesson we've learned, no one is too big to get to struggle in these situations. We are down in the dumps. It's sad, man. It is sad how we have let this. And the most mind-boggling thing is, we have all the advantages as a club. We have a stadium. We have all the revenues. We have Beyonce coming 5 times a season. We have Foo Fighters. We have Metallica. We have F1 tracks. We have the Dare to Skywalk. I'm going to jump off the Skywalk next time I go on it. We have all the advantages as a football club. We have all the money. We have PSR up the wazoo. We have everything. We have all the advantages you could ask for. It's all self-inflicted. There are clubs who have to work within their means, who have to find clever ways to get ahead. We can just buy it. Yeah. We have all the money, and yet we don't know what we're doing with it. We're like a lottery winner who goes broke because he doesn't know how to spend his winnings.
That's perfect.
That's basically what we are. The money drives us mad. We spend all this time driving revenue sources and hotels and stadiums, but we have no idea what to do with it, because we think that in itself will get you to where you want to be. You just think the money in itself will sort itself out. But if you don't have a footballing brain, if you don't make football the number one focus, it's all a house of cards. The thing is a house of cards, and once that revenue goes from the footballing revenue, the whole thing is going to tumble. The whole thing is going to tumble, and that is what is happening right now. That is what's true. Sponsorships are threatening to pull out. We're not getting Champions League money or European money. We're not even going to get Premier League money next season. And all of a sudden, we've got all these players on high wages, all these debts to service with the stadium. We've got all these big payments to put out because, you've got to spend money to make money. And yet, as soon as that all goes, where does that leave us? Where does that leave us? Nowhere. There is nothing holding this club together right now. It's falling apart. I'm lost. I'm lost.
I just can't believe it's actually happening. Generally, I can't from my time supporting Tottenham, for us to actually be in this situation, I still cannot believe that there is a massive chance we get relegated. We're favourites. We're generally favourites now. We have to be. By the end of next week, we will be in the zone, most likely. We're not beating Liverpool.
No. That's the next game. Van der Ven, by the way, misses the next game due to which we go to Anfield, which we haven't won in 15 years. Anfield, we haven't won.
It doesn't really matter. It was a red card. We'll lose anyway.
So we ain't winning that one.
Matter. There's literally nothing positive. There's nothing to say. What can we do?
To say. We're done. The damage has been done. It's like there is no saving this situation. I think there is no saving this situation.
Just waiting for injuries to come back, and even then, are we going to still be playing the same football and just booing up? What's the point?
Injuries come back. They need to be fully fit. Are they going to be up for the fight? The damage has been done. It's. I feel like it's finished. I feel like the time has been and gone. We had the fixtures. We had West Ham and Burnley and Brentford and Sunderland, all these fixtures all in a row. A chance to build some momentum, some points on the board, make sure this situation never came. We kept Frank in charge. We didn't win any of those games, and now we're here. And now we're here, and we sacked him in a panic, expecting something to change. Nothing did. And now it's done. The damage has been. We had the chances. We had it. We've had all the chances. We've had every chance. We had chances when we were in a title race. We've had chances when Conte got top 4. We've had chances when we won the Europa League. We've had the chances to kick on. Every single time we didn't. Every single time we made more and more bad decisions.
Even when Andrew got 5th.
And Andrew got 5th. There was another chance. Every time it's happened. The chance to save ourselves has happened, and no manager change, no players no players coming back, no change of formation. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's done. It's finished. And the club I know it sounds dire right now. It feels like I'm talking like climate change or something, like the world's ending is something we can do. But that is the reality. The damage has already been done. The damage has already been done.
If we lose to Forest, I think it's guaranteed. If we lose to Forest in the Premier League, what, in a week's time or 2?
Yeah.
I think it's guaranteed we go down.
Forest, yeah.
I generally think it's guaranteed we go down if we lose to Forest.
We're going to be in the relegation zone come that game. We're going to be in the relegation zone. Who do West Ham have next? They've got they do have Man City, but we have Liverpool.
But Forest have Fulham.
And we have Liverpool, so it's just going to be either 2 losses or looking at City, maybe West Ham get a result there.
And Forest will probably win.
Forest probably get a result.
Because West Ham did. West Ham got a result. We lost to Fulham now.
And then we have Forest and they have Villa. And Villa are shitting the bed at the moment. I wouldn't be shocked if West Ham get a result there. I would not be shocked if West Ham get a result.
For that game.
They're away. But still, they've got 4 losses in a row at home, I think. Then we have Sunderland away when West Ham have Wolves at home. They could easily win that. It means Wolves. I know Wolves have got some results, but West Ham are big favourites for that. We're finished, man. We are absolutely finished.
We're not beating Brighton.
Brighton at home. West Ham have Palace away. I guarantee you West Ham win that. They will beat Palace.
Brighton put a good fight against Arsenal.
And then Forest have Burnley.
No, if we do not beat Forest, we're getting relegated. Like I think it's guaranteed.
Right now, I think we're
favourites right now.
I would say it's a good 70% for me now.
Yeah.
I think it's about 70%.
And it was 5% last week.
5% for you?
No, on terms of the betting and stuff.
Oh, was it? For me, I never listened to that. I thought it was way higher than that.
Yeah, same.
I was saying last week 2 weeks ago before the Fulham game, I was saying 35%. I was saying about 35.
So it's double now for you.
For sure. For sure, it's double. After these 2 losses and the way we've looked, 100%, we're going down. I'm 70% sure we're going down.
That red card killed us. I don't think we would have lost if you didn't get a red card.
Yeah, you might be right, but the end of the day went against us, and we didn't recover the situation. Look, we had a couple of chances beginning of the second half. One of those goes in, you never know, but it didn't go in, and we left the game in the situation we have. But I feel like it's pointless talking about this game because it's not just this game, isn't it? It's
the whole season.
The whole season.
It's the worst season I've ever seen.
You can look at this game and say this and that, and maybe and red cards, and that's all fine for this game. But we're now 2 defeats in 20. This whole season has been a shower of shit. It's been a shower of shit, and we've just been walking at it under it without an umbrella. That's what it feels like. We've just been shat on time after time. Oh, man. It is depressing, guys. It is depressing. But look, that's your instant match reaction. Spurs have lost 3-1 to Palace. Can someone find me some positivity? Someone find me somebody to love. Something. Because I have lost all hope of what's going to happen in this football club. It's now your chance to have your say. Tell me, give me some positivity. Just call in and tell me that I'm wrong and we could stay up and we're not going down and I'm overreacting. Because I'm hopeless right now. I don't see any way forward here. I think the damage has been done. We've reaped what we sow. We've laid our bed and now we've got to lie in it. And that bed is a championship bed. All right, let's start getting some callers on. Let's get George. George, it's good to see you. It's not good to speak to you in these circumstances, but am I wrong, George? Am I overreacting? Has the damage been done, or can we still stay up?
You're underreacting, mate. Absolutely underreacting. Not that anyone who's watching the stream will be able to see, but I've never seen so few fans come on a fan show waiting in the background. That really sums up today. I've never felt like walking away from. I've never left the match early. I've never felt like turning the TV off. 35 minutes in, I was tempted, man. I was so tempted. It's only Spurs, man. Only Spurs. And even in a game like today, they can get your hopes up and absolutely crush it. They have to get your hopes up first,
Yeah,
though.
they have to. Yeah, they have to.
Have
They
to.
have to give you a little inkling, a little bit of hope. They have to give you that little bit of hope first. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Just to make it that much worse. Honestly, I'm not even angry at the players. It comes from the top down. You reap what you sow. You get all of the. Honestly, I'm lost for words. Like having this many Arsenal fans and ex-Arsenal staff in the background, how that's ever been allowed to slip through, like not even slip through, it's been blatant, especially with what's come out this week. Any other club that doesn't run, any other business, you get sacked for saying stuff like that about your company. Why? Why us? Why all the time? It's always us. I'm sick and fucking tired of it.
And Van der
We
Ven
can't have
tonight.
anything nice as
What?
Spurs fans. Sorry, as soon as we have anything fucking nice, like I just want to take us back to the last time I met you and your brother Sim at the parade. Where we've gone from there to here. The arguably best day of my life that parade was to this in less than a season is fucking diabolical. And there's only one place that we have to look. And fans like yourselves, like Brian Daigle, like Stell, myself, we've been saying it for years, years and years. We've put the hard work in. Yeah, I haven't gone to anywhere near as much stuff as those boys have done, but I've boycotted going to see, like, this used to be my highlight of my week going to the Spurs. I haven't been to a single game this season, and that's boycotting. But what happens? People who aren't supporters turn up. The club still gets the money. I'm at a loss at every single facet of what to do to get the message across to the board. Today feels like the first time they're looking at it and going, shit, we're in trouble. But us fans, we've been feeling this for weeks.
Yeah. That was the only thing that made them sack Frank, wasn't it? The panic that we might get relegated when that should have been in their heads a long time before that. Frank was never working out, and the decisions this club has made boggles the mind. But tonight, Van der Ven, captain of the team, that foul for me. You know, you get last man fouls sometimes, which are either unlucky or maybe he's got no option but to foul him and all these different things. What was that? That was brainless.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't get me wrong, the attacker did go down, but it's football in 2026,
He
you
yanked his
expect that.
arm. It's a red card. It's a
Exactly,
stone wall.
exactly. I'm not defending it.
Yeah, sorry.
It is, and it's absolutely ridiculous. The mind boggles how both of our managers, both our captains, as of right now, are out suspended at the same time. Are arguably two best players for the past 4 seasons plus, are both out suspended. And it makes me think about something that Thomas Frank said, and I've very rarely agreed with him. But I understand now what he said when he came out and said that Porro was the only one who he really highly rates in the team. Well, that's not done on skill or anything, because we have got good skill in our team. That's clearly done on mindset. Because to me, Porro was the only one today who actually looked like he gave a fuck. It's a shame he only looked like it when he came off.
George, for you, is this it? Are we done? Like, are we down?
Yeah, I'm looking at not just the form. I'm looking at the fixtures we've got: Liverpool, Forest, Sunderland, Brighton, Wolves, Villa, Leeds, Chelsea, Everton. Liverpool, foregone conclusion. Forest could potentially go there and get a point. Do you really think we're going to?
I see a
That
draw.
that is a game that screams to me of a Spursy performance. That we will probably go and put a good display in against Liverpool, show some fight, still lose it, but come away from it going, well, at least they tried, and then go and lose like 5-0 to Forest. I genuinely don't see where we even get a draw in any of those games.
So,
I really don't.
are you? Is this it? We should start preparing for the life in the Championship for you.
Yeah, I mean, ever since the Arsenal game, I've been feeling that. Well, I haven't been on in a couple of weeks because I've just been so
You mean the
annoyed.
Arsenal?
But
Is it
today,
Arsenal home game or Arsenal away game?
yeah, the one a couple of weeks ago really for me was where I thought like we're in serious trouble now because how players can't get up for that game and how they can't show a fight is absolutely disgraceful with a new manager. You want to show something, not just to the new manager, but to the fans, to the club, to the wider football world that's watching you. Have some fucking pride in yourselves, not even just in the shirt, in yourselves. Put some effort in, put some hard fucking work in. Sorry for all the language, but
No, it's warranted.
I think it's understandable.
Do you think there's talk of there's a few suggestions Tudor had to win tonight to otherwise he's in trouble. Do you think we sack him?
With
Not
our
really.
hierarchy, I honestly haven't got a clue. What do you boys think? Because I genuinely, if we do sack him, I wouldn't be surprised. If we don't, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think we should because what's the fucking point?
Agreed.
It can't get worse.
It can.
The only reason you sack him is to go someone really attacking. That's the only way. That's literally
Get
the only
Ange
way. Yeah.
I was going to
Yeah.
say the only way is what I said last time I come on is get Ange in. Not even for performances or anything, just for getting the players up for the fight,
Yeah.
just to rally around them.
I think we lose. We're going to lose to Atletico. Probably lose to Liverpool. It's going to come down to that Forest game. If we don't win that, which you probably won't, I think they will sack him after that game. I don't see him lasting. To be honest, I think there's a chance they will sack him after today. I think if I was putting a percentage chance on it, I'd say there's a good 30% chance they sack him after today. If he lasts, I think he'll probably get Atletico and Liverpool because there's no point giving new managers those games. And then I think he'll probably get the Forest. If we show anything in those games, if we're not getting battered 5-0, if it's like narrow defeats, I think he gets that Forest game. And then if we don't win that Forest game, I think they sack him because I think they will panic again. They're not going to allow a manager to send us down, if you know what I mean. They're not going to just allow him to lose his way to the Championship. So they will sack him and try and find someone who can get something else out of this team. You know what I mean? Because this guy's only here for 6 months. It's the first 3 months. So I think they won't allow him to send us down. They will sack him if it looks like he can't keep us up. But the reality is, I don't know if anyone can keep us up right now.
Yeah, and that's my point. I don't think anyone could keep us up.
I'm not saying it's a case of should we sack him because maybe someone else can do a better job. Do you just out of interest? Do you think the club will keep him? Because I think we're done, mate. I think the damage has been done.
Yeah, I think it comes down. He's doing his post-match press conference or interview right now. I wish I could hear what he's saying. I've had to mute it for you guys, but I wanted him to come out and do a Conte, just mic drop and not even get sacked. I just wanted him to leave, just so that the hierarchy have something to fucking mull over and think about.
Well, you know what? He was very close to blowing up last week against Fulham. Well, not last week, a few days ago against Fulham. After that game, he was very close.
He seemed to not be blowing up, but he seemed like us Spurs fans. He seemed to just be like, fucking done with it. Just end the season now. Send us down. So I don't know. Honestly, when the quotes come in, read them out on stream. But
I will. I
don't see any positives.
George, it's good to see you, my friend. It's dark days at the moment, dark times ahead, dark times.
Yeah,
but it's good to see you.
And you too, both of you. It's we turn ourselves into the laughing stock. Like I was going through these comments during the game, just blocking all the trolls, but then I was like, we deserve it. What's the point?
Yeah,
what is the point? Yeah.
All right. Good to see you, George. We'll catch you soon. Hopefully, hopefully we're not in the championship next time I can speak to you, but we'll see.
Yeah, fingers crossed we do stay up, but I can't see it happening.
See you soon, George.
So yeah.
I'm on you, Spurs.
Come. All right, let's get in some super chats before we get more callers in. So who do we have? We have. Where did we start? Sure, there's a lot of super chats here. Longbridge says, I don't ever want to hear Ange's name. He started this rot and made players get used to losing. Prem games, the rot started from last season. Enoch out. Yeah, but we won a trophy. I don't think this rot started with Ange. The rot started with the crazy injury crisis and signing 3 teenagers in that summer. And we were left in the situation he managed that the only way he could at that time, which was win the trophy and get into the Champions League. And we weren't getting relegated. I don't know how you can put this season on Ange. It's his fault. It's crazy. Joey Boy says, Stell's wish is manifesting. Conan Takai says, maybe Van der Ven should do an interview how overrated he is with the overlap. The overrated. Eric Angel, yeah. Fuck you. Tyler Garcia, forfeit the CL. We should. Michael Hellman says, we deserve this. The players and the owners are pissing a fire on all of us. Let the team valuation go in half. Harold says, players don't care about the relegation. They'll go off in the sunset and new club in the summer. And it's us that suffer. Enoch should have sold up last year. Two Weist says, Ange haters, this is on you. We had ambition, the club doesn't, and the direction should go for negligence. The directors should go for 100%. They need to get out of immediately. Fozzie says, get Bale out of retirement. He's only 36. I would take Bale right now. Yeah, just for one free kick.
Why not?
One free kick. He had a few free kicks tonight. He might be able to score one of them. Michael Hellman says, play the academy players. Enough of these whining players. Tottenham FC is a country club where football players happen to exist. Anthony Fleur, the biggest problem at your club is and has always been Enoch. When the ownership lacks ambition, there's no manager that can fix a lack of planning and ambition from the top. Twice says, Enoch, you can stick that stadium where I think you can fill in the rest. Fitch Frand says, what I ought to show every day, and I still remember Ben arguing with Sim when Frank was appointed because Sim was not happy. Now we are here. We all have the receipts, mate. We all have the receipts. Andrew Sub says, we downgraded every position over years and hope we expect players to think this club has ambitions. Owners think of getting naming rights. Twice again says Lidl, just Lidl. That's it. That's all it is. That's the whole comment. Lidl. Jason Turner says, I've had enough of this so-called big club. Sonny J says, as unrealistic as it is, getting Ange back and having him deliver a speech of a lifetime referencing the Europa win might be the only way to get these players to fight themselves out of relegation. I'm all for it, mate. I am all for it. We're done, mate. I'm lost. I think we're down. So any Hail Mary I'll take. CDO Spurs says, honestly, bring Ange back for the final stretch. I don't care. We need something. George Morris, I find comfort in knowing I'm not the only one going through this. And pass it to Zico. So just a super chat 197. Big up to everyone sending in chats in this dark time. Let's get Alexander on. He's in the back end. Alexander, my friend, good to see you.
Guys.
Are we cooked? Are we done? Are we finished? Is there any hope for you after tonight?
It's not even about hope or I'm gonna be honest. Relegation isn't even what I'm fully focused on right now and thinking. It's just what have we become as a club, and it's not something new that manifests tonight. This has been an ongoing process for years, and I'm baffled with some of our fans still not even today won't be enough for them to say it's like I have to like do something. I have to take action to the streets. I have to make my voice heard in the stadium. I just have to, like, it's my club. We're going down. We're gonna do something that we haven't done in Premier League history. It's gonna be the lowest point. Nothing is gonna come close to it. Like no defeat, nothing is gonna come close. To what's in front of us. And these protests are upcoming. If we don't get huge numbers, they'll tell me everything about the club I support, everything. Like these protests is more what I look at than actual relegation threat right now. Because I don't know. I think it'll be Spursy. It'll be Spursy if we stay up. If we stay up, that'll be Spursy. Because everything we see in front of us now is that we can't win a game. We can't even score. We haven't scored more than 2 goals for like I don't know how many months. Like the goals isn't in us. We lose our heads. Our captain that was captaining today, he wants off to Barcelona clearly because I don't know what the fuck he did there. For that, I think it's a soft red. It is a by the rule book. It's a red, but why are you doing that? Sar has a heavy touch. Vicario could reach it. He could pick it up the ball. Guys, I don't know. I'm just ranting. I don't. Everything feels meaningless. I don't know. Why are we doing this fan show? What are we doing? Is it
I
for
don't know.
positive?
Well, this is just get all your frustrations out. Go for it. Don't hold anything back. This is it. We are at the stage of panic, no return.
The entire club is number one. It's filled with losers, like serial losers. No person of like when you look at them, you think like they have a CV of serious winning, like you know persona. None at the club. None. I've been over this. I've said this for months. Every time I've come on, Vinay and Lange, like they're dumb and dumber. You have them in charge of the club. I've already gone into deep detail about their former legacies at their most recent clubs. Villa under Lange were relegation scrapping, like they were literally relegation scrap. They struggled at the bottom table as we're doing right now. All their focus was to survive. Now with Lange inside, like basically doing an inside job. That's what I believe, and you have ownership that cares, but they don't care because they have pride in their heart because they're real Spurs fans. They care because it's a hit to their bank, hit to their money. That's why they care. And when that's your main motivation, and when that's the entire sort of like framework that you hold yourself to, like that's everything, every action, every sacking of the manager. It's never been about a football project, a football like a football focus. It's all financial. It's all financial. We sacked the manager now because he might risk not getting a Champions League. That I'm talking years ago. Every single one of the reasonings, it's surrounded around financials. They're not interested in winning. They weren't interested in backing this team in January because that window was disgraceful, absolutely fucking disgraceful. It was. We all said it. We need more than three players. We had the PFP. We could do something out of the ordinary. We let Lookman go to Atletico. He's probably gonna dunk on us next week. Guys, it's all my eyes are they're all on the protests. I want to see huge numbers. Fans that think seriously, fans that think like, yeah, but this is the time to not protest. We're gonna affect the players negatively. You're telling me these players are gonna become more shit than they already are. They're gonna become more like drained of passion. Like you're telling me they're gonna become more shit than this? No way, guys. Just let them do their thing. Don't even think in that direction. Like protests now it's fundamental because I think that sends a message of most of us are serious. Most of us are serious in our supportership of the club. Because if we weren't serious, then we just think we just think that way. It's okay to get relegated. Like we're a team. You know what I mean? Like if we were a
I understand.
relegation team with no history, with no prestige, with no glorious anything, then relegation fine. Bounce up next season. You know that mentality, but it's the damage it do to our image as a club. Like the damage relegation would do. Nobody would look at us at the same. nobody would look at us the same ever again. Like ever would always.
According to John Cross of the Mirror, he says angry Tottenham fans turned their fury on the hierarchy as a number of fans had to be held back by stewards as they were shouting abuse at the director's box and club analysts.
That's what I would like to hear. I would go berserk if I was in that stadium right now. Like I'm the sort of fan that I don't hold back. I scream until my voice is gone, and not just thoughtlessly without any like reason. I scream at what I see. When I see a player not putting their hearts into it, and I stand there by the pit, like I'll scream. I'll make my voice heard, and it's damning. It's so damning. It's so damning because all the fans that said, "Oh, be careful what you wish for. Look at the stadium." The stadium, is that what you want to hold on to now that we go down to the championship? Is that anything of value? A stadium? Will that mean anything to you? No, it won't mean anything. It won't mean anything. And it is grateful. Be careful what you wish for. Enoch, they are a disaster of a football. When they every club they've been involved with football over in Greece, France, every club, none of them have done well. All of them have they've gone into turmoil. With us, we've been their main investment. Like they've been our majority owners for over 20 years. We don't need more than 20 years of evidence. This is all we need. If Vinay and Lange stay uh, beyond this season, then I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what the hell. Like if they don't get set, and if we don't see a major clear out being done, not just of players but of like you know footballing stuff, then I don't know. But it all feels pointless. Like everything I've said now, it feels pointless, and none of it holds meaning. Because I know that my opinion, my passion, it doesn't stand for the majority of the fan base. Most fan base in that stadium, we have to be real. They're they're just there for the day out. They're more middle class, because we have the highest ticket prices in the league. They're more like middle class to high class people in the stadium. They're fancy. Like I'm not saying all of them, but many of them. Why I don't see a majority of like Enoch out in the stadium, etc. Is they don't have that in them. They're like fancy, more fancy in their way of being. They don't have that Italian passion, that German passion. They don't have that. It's been commercialized out of the Premier League because of the ticket prices, because of the entire attraction around the league, because it's the biggest. Most people get attracted to it. More tourists get attracted to the league. More tourists attend. You lose the real fans. You lose the majority of the fans you had in White Hart Lane 15, 20 years ago. Those kind of fans, most of them are gone. They sit at home rotting behind the couch like we all are now. And it shouldn't have come to that point, because you're supposed to be able to trust your ownership to want the best for your football club. We don't have any trust. Mention one player, manager, football responsible person in the club that you trust. Like there's no trust. We're all looking to different directions. Some fans are saying bring Ange back. Personally, I think it has. I wouldn't say he's responsible for this rot. This rot of like us seeing losing as accepting in the league. But I just think we have a fundamental lack of leadership from top to bottom, not just in the squad, like with the players. It's massively lacking there, but in the overall ownership of the club, there's no consequences to losing. You think that anybody in the club, the owners, the football director, comes down at the players, that they have the balls to like, what the hell was that? What kind of performance was that? As happens in a big club. Real Madrid, you lose one or two games. I'm not saying we're Real Madrid, of course. We just have to repeat. Like when you lose, there's consequences. That's the sign of any serious big club, is that when you lose, there's consequences. There's consequences. You don't treat your players like royalty. They're supposed to treat the club like royalty. They're supposed to be servers of the club. You shouldn't have to question their hearts being in for it, for the club. And like, but unfortunately now, I think a lot of players, they look at relegation like seriously. They look at the relegation as an easy way out of the club, and especially players of the more qualitative, like Mickey, like Mickey. He knows that he's gonna get it much easier if we get relegated out of the club. A Barcelona move. Most of our players, of course they haven't said it out loud, but just having that mindset, having it in the back of your mind, it affects your entire like mentality. You become half-hearted. Like today, Mickey. I think if we're in a well-balanced, like well-oiled, functioning team, he's never getting that red card. It's the first red card in his career. He's never getting that red card because he knows he's gonna be calm. He's gonna have that manner to him, like calm manner to him. He's not gonna. It's at least the chaos. Like we're in the state we're in right now. All you can expect is chaos. Sometimes the chaos it can lead you to a lucky win. It can lead you to that. But most of the times it'll just come crumbling down, and that's what we're seeing right now. I personally believe that as the or I don't know your name, bro, on the panel, but if you said if you lose the
Costa.
Forest, yeah, if we lose the Forest, then like if we lose the Forest, then you can't hope. We're facing Wolves after and all that, but giving them a 3-point advantage when they're in the mode they're in right now, getting a draw like at the head. They have the fighting spirit in their hands, and they're clearly fighting for their manager. And yeah, Tudor right now, just do a Conte. Why not?
I
Why
think he
not?
might. I think he might.
If the club sack you, if the club sack him in the midst of this mess we're in right now, do you have hope of anything like that? That's definitely more confidence as us getting relegated. So, guys, I don't know. I don't know why I've like I've never felt more like with my words. They've never felt more meaningless. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna hope that we don't get relegated. But if we do, then it must lead to a change of everything. Like just piss off Enoch. Like they're the worst thing to have happened to us as a club, and I think it's gonna remain like that during our entire like history. They're gonna be the worst thing that has ever happened to us, and nothing's gonna be able to change that. No new owners. Like it can't get worse than this. It can't, because you have to take into consideration our history, our prestige. This is as bad as it gets. Like in no like even look outside of England. This to a football club at the size of us, like this mess hasn't happened as consistently as it has for us. Clubs they go through it 1 year and they bounce back up. We just go down. We just keep going down because there's no direction. There's no serious football people in charge of the club, and the players look up. They know that there's no consequences. They have no owners that want them to go down a certain direction of. They've all been sold a lie, and once they realize that sold a lie, everybody turned they all Xavi right now. You think he's like, oh my god, I'm going to be a part of the squad that gets Tottenham relegated. He doesn't think like that. He has his 200K a week. He's shilling. Like they don't care about anything right now because the second they realized they've been sold a dream, the second they stepped into this club and realized what kind of loser environment they're surrounded in, they all just gave up. And we have that collective spirit as a team. This is what it leads to, guys. This is what it leads to. So I'm not gonna hold you any longer. Thanks for having me.
It's always appreciate you calling in, mate. It's good to see you, but yeah, tough times, dark times at the moment.
Okay.
See you soon.
Sure. See you.
All right, let's just get some more super chats quickly for our next guest. Chameleon Eye says, Sim, need you and Ben promoting the protest, please. Let's do it. Let's do it. Get these bastards out of the club. Let's get it. Let's get them gone. Fozzie says, the only way we stay up is if City finally gets relegated. Imagine that. Imagine that. The Chargers come into play at the end of the season and keep Tottenham up. That would be one way to do it.
Yeah.
He's probably right about that. Jake says, boys, can you add me in the call waiting in the lobby? Too many people. Yeah, you're gonna have to. We'll have to see if we have time. There's a lot of people waiting apparently. Pass it on says, Van der Vel foul started outside the box. We got done again. Look, stupid foul, mate. He's an idiot. He's an idiot, Van der Ven. He's in the box. It's in the box. Christopher Rockwell says the Spurs crest means everything to me, so it stings to see others treat it like a paycheck. Vlad Slavlakov says, I'm Ukrainian living in BCN, Barcelona. Finally got a chance to go Madrid to see my team. Couldn't buy a ticket on the Tottenham site without membership. Got one from Atleti in 3 minutes. Okay. Nice. Good for you. A quote here from Igor. He says, the boat is going in the direction I need it to go. Who is in the boat can stay. The others can leave the boat. It sounds strange, but I believe more after this game than I did before. I saw something.
I don't know what you saw.
He said...
I don't know what boat he's talking about.
He says well, I guess he's calling out some people, isn't he? When
Must
he says,
be.
who is in the boat can stay, the others can leave the boat. Who do you reckon's leaving the boat?
I think most of them.
Most of them
Yes.
leaving the boat. Gray can stay in the boat, I think.
Yeah, I think Gray.
Gray's in the boat. Tell's in the boat.
And that's about it.
Maybe it's the people he dropped. Gallagher, Xavi.
Probably.
Maybe. All right, let's get someone who's in the stadium today, who I'm sure has a lot to say. Let's get my brother Ben on the show. Ben.
How was it?
Are we not? I was just doing the minute silence for the death of our football club. Is that not what we're doing right now? Seriously, like these overpaid ponies on the football pitch right now. Everyone from top to bottom. This club is infested. This club is absolutely rotten to the core. It really is rotten to the core. We take the first time we take a lead in a game since Burnley at the back end of last year, or whenever we played them. And Van de Ven goes and does that. Van de Ven does that, our captain on the day. Sim, I've been telling you about Van de Ven for weeks and weeks and weeks. He's looked checked out. This guy is not standing up for the cause. This guy is not playing for the badge. It's a disgrace what he did. It's an absolute disgrace. Not only do we get Romero out for 4 games, now Van de Ven's out for the next game. Van de Ven's an absolute joke, man. He really is. If he wants to go, be my guest, but at least put some performances from now to the end of the season, man. I've had enough of him. I really have.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that foul. To be honest, I was watching it, I was like, what have you done, man? It was so unnecessary as well. Completely unnecessary. Have you watched it back? Did you think it was the right decision to send him off?
100% right decision. It's a stonewaller for me. He's an absolute idiot. How can you do that at that stage of the game as well, 1-0? And you think as well, you saw Newcastle yesterday playing with 10 men. You saw how they've played. You saw a couple of weeks ago Chelsea down to 10 men. You saw how they played. What do? We lay down. We don't want it at all. We go, here you go, take another goal, take another goal. It's ridiculous, man. These guys do not have the fight, do not have the bottle, do not have the mentality, do not have anything to get us out of the predicament that we're in. And I guarantee you now, by next weekend, by the time we play Liverpool, we will be in that relegation zone. West Ham and Forest, I don't doubt that they're going to get points. I know they've got hard games in Man City, but, you back them to do it because they're showing fight for the cause. You saw how Nottingham Forest got that draw against Man City. Fight for the cause. West Ham go away to Craven Cottage 1-0. They're showing fight week in, week out. What are we showing? We're laying down for every opposition. We know we're beat before we even get on the pitch. The opposition know we're beat before we even get on the pitch. We're playing a shit Crystal Palace team today, by the way, without 2 of their main centre-backs that they played all season. Guehi went in January, Lacroix's out for this game, and we could barely lay a glove on them. It's this whole club, like I said, is absolutely rotten to the core. And I don't see a way how we get out of this. Now we are the bookies' favourites to go down. The bookies' favourites to go down. Just over evens. Can you believe it? I can't believe the state of our football club, where we're actually the bookies' favourites to get relegated. I can't believe it. I really can't.
It's madness that we got into the situation. In terms of being in the ground today, we saw a lot of people leaving, even at half time at 3-1. A lot of people left. Was it really that empty? What was it like being there?
Yeah, I mean, not many people came out for the second half. Second half was absolutely empty. 10 minutes to go there was probably more people watching your stream than the people that were in the stadium, literally. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, look, Spurs, the fans that were in there tried to back the team, singing songs, trying to G them up, trying to give them a bit of confidence, even in the second half. But There's nothing there. There's nothing there. What are we supporting at the end of the day? We're supporting this crest and this football club that we've been here. We'll always be here. But the players on the pitch don't give a shit. And they're proving that week in, week out. How can we be in this situation? They're not being able to grab each other by the scruff of the neck and actually show they want it. Nobody is showing us they want it at the moment. Maybe a few exceptions. Archie Gray, Matty's Tell, players like that, they show they're up for the fight. But can't do it with just 2 players or 3 players. You've got to do it with a whole team, a band of brothers together. The guys that took us and won the Europa League last year. And now they're shitting on the badge, each and every one of them. They're absolutely shitting on the badge. And it's hard to watch.
Igor has said the boat is going in the direction I need it to go. Who is in the boat can stay, the others can leave the boat. Who do you think he's talking about?
He's probably going to have to just take one of those rubber dinghies because you don't need a big boat to take anyone. We've got about 2 or 3 players that he's going to take on the boat with him. Right, definitely one of those players, I think, is Mickey van der Ven that's been checked out. Like I said, he's been checked out for weeks. He really has been. What can I say? Igor, by the way, we got to get rid of him. Like, we brought him in for an initial bounce. We've lost 3 games on the trot. And we've got Liverpool, which we probably won't win whatever manager comes in. But that Nottingham Forest game is like the biggest game in our recent history now. If we don't beat Nottingham Forest, or if we lose to Nottingham Forest, which I fully expect us to,
it's guaranteed.
Then what? Yeah, it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. And we are currently, like I said, the favourites to go down. There is no Spurs fan that can see a way out of this. How the fuck have we got to a situation where, with our 12th highest revenue earner, I think in world football, one of the biggest, highest revenue earners in the Premier League, brand new stadium, shitting out money year in, year out, and we're sitting here in the midst of a relegation battle. The first top 6 club, or supposed top 6 club, to ever get relegated from the Premier League. Mate, we're in an absolute simulation. This could be the worst season of all time. Not only are Spurs going to get relegated, not only are Arsenal going to win the league, but it's going to be West Ham to send us down, and it's probably going to be Chelsea to actually send us down with second last game of the season. Like, seriously, I swear this is a simulation, and they are just pushing us as far as we can go as people and as a fan base until they crack. And I think people will crack.
Well, I think we've all cracked at the moment. Honestly, my head was gone during that game. My head was lost. Igor says he saw positives. He saw things he liked. We were 1-0 up, to be fair, before the red card.
How long were we 1-0 up for?
A minute. I don't know how long was it. About a minute.
5 minutes.
About 5 minutes.
I think 5 minutes max.
But the red card was inexplicable, you could argue.
Look, we might have been 1-0 up, but we could have easily been 2-0 down before that. Like, they had that chance right from... How are we conceding a chance from kickoff, basically, in the first minute of that game? Mm-hmm. And then that goal that was ruled offside, I mean, come on. He was offside by, like, a hairline. That was the luckiest decision. So, even that we went 1-0 up, we didn't deserve it. Palace were the better team. It wasn't a great game, but Palace had the better of the chances, didn't they? We probably scored with our only shot of the game, or in the first half.
Yeah, it's true. No, I agree with you. I think if he's looking at positives, he's looking very, very slimly. Although I would say we had maybe a 5-minute period in the second half where we had some chances and could have scored, and that was it.
But Sim, this is the story all over again. This is the story of the season. Go 2-0 down at half-time, or 2-goal lead down at half-time, rally in the second half, pretend like they won it, create a few chances, don't get back in the game. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, well, we played all right in that second half. Maybe that's something to go on. I mean, I've seen this game after game, week after week. And you know what? The only game that we actually got it back was the Man City game, the game that's going to hand Arsenal the title. So thank you very much, Tottenham Hotspur.
It's mad. In our predictions, we only had us winning 2 games, and one of us was Palace at home. We didn't even win that. We didn't even win that one.
But we also, in our predictions, we also had Nottingham Forest losing to Man City, West Ham drawing to Fulham. So these guys are picking up the unexpected points, and we're losing the expected points.
Yeah, we're in big trouble, man. I think big trouble undersells it. I think honestly, I think the damage is done. Do you think that this is done already? Like, are we down?
It's going to take a miracle. It's going to take a divine miracle for us to beat this, because you're looking at the attitude, the confidence levels, everything to do with our players on the pitch right now, I can't trust any of them to get us out of it. I'm looking at the way Nottingham Forest are playing and West Ham are playing. They look like they want it. They look like they want it. And they are doing it. They're picking up points. We have an inability to pick up any points or to sustain any sort of pressure in any sort of game. So I cannot see us beating this. I really can't. And we're the bookies' favourites for a reason.
Yeah. We were saying this like a couple of weeks ago, like everyone's saying 5% are small chance. I'm looking at like we should be favourites, really. Looking at if you look at the situation, and now we really are favourites. Everyone's caught up. Everyone can now really see what's going on. I think especially tonight, we were the only game on. All eyes are on us tonight, and I think you can really see after tonight, like. I think the damage has been done already. I think the damage has been done. Everything that's happened this season has led to this moment where we are right now. And I don't know if there is any saving us.
No, I agree that there could be no saving us. However, what I would say is just get Harry. Just get Harry in from now to the end of the season. Put his arm around Javi, tell him how good he is, get his arm around quite a lot of these players and say, look, you guys are the bollocks. How are you down here? It's been pure mismanagement. And try and raise a few confidence levels and maybe we can win a couple of games from now to the end of the season. But if they do that, probably not. And even if they do that, will it save us? Probably not. But at least give a little bit of a Hail Mary and give us a little bit of a chance.
So do you think, okay, so you want Igor gone. Do you think they'll sack him after tonight?
I think they have to. I really think they have to. Like, you can't come in as a manager who has a proven track record of coming in and getting instant results and lose your first 3 games, 1 point outside the relegation zone with Liverpool away coming next, and keep your job. Like, I think he's got to go.
I don't think there's any got-to at this point in anything. I don't think anything they do is going to change. Like, I think the only thing we can hope for is if he does stay and gets the team clicking at some point. Like, if he change it again and another new voice and another change in tactics, it's just going to cause more confusion and more mess at this point, I would say.
Look, I don't think he's instilling them with any sort of setup or confidence or anything. We're getting battered in every game, Sim. Like, we need to do something to try and get some sort of instant result, some sort of manager bounce, some sort of something.
But maybe it's not possible right now.
Yeah, look, if it's not possible, it's not possible. We're going to go down. But at least give it a try. I'm not saying it's definitely going to work. I'm not. I'm just saying as a Hail Mary.
Well, I'm saying he's identifying the people who's going to be on the boat. If a new manager comes in, theoretically,
he's clueless, mate.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just saying if a new manager comes in, they're going to have to figure out the situation themselves. They're going to have to figure out who's up for who's not. I'll give him a few more games. There's no point sacking him now, in my opinion.
I think generally the only manager who come and save is generally Ange. And I don't even mean it from a footballing standpoint. He knows the players. I generally think that's the only way.
Yeah, look, him if Ange ain't coming back.
I know he's not. But in terms of for the players, they need someone. They need something to get behind. And I really believe Ange's the only person who can do that.
Well, we're fucked then.
I like that idea. Get Ange back.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. Or
you throw enough money at him, he'll come back. If I'm Ange, I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, is that your offer? Add another 0 to that, and I'll consider it.
I'll tell you what, guys. That ref was dying to send someone off today from the start. Did you see how bloody trigger happy he was in that first half? Non-stop. The first 15, 20 minutes was literally foul after foul after foul. And some of them weren't even fouls anywhere near. And like even at the end, when I think it hit, someone fouled someone in our little corner there, and he gave the foul the other way. And I'm like, this ref is fucking a joke, man. But I said it, Adrian and Dad and me, we're all saying it in the first 10 minutes. I guarantee you there's going to be a sending off in this game. And then 10 minutes later, Bob's your uncle, there's the sending off. But can't blame the referee at the end of the day. We're our own worst enemies. That was self-sabotage at the highest degree today with Mickey van der Ven. It really was.
What did you think of Porro playing right centre-back?
Oh, mate. I just told you, Igor Tudor has no clue, bro. He's playing Pedro Porro at right centre-back. Like, what are we doing here? Seriously. Pedro Porro at right centre-back. Oh, God.
Yeah, when I saw the setup, I was like, you've literally got Gray, you've got Porro. Why not just put him a right wing-back and Gray in centre back if that's what you want to do. I don't know. The whole thing was.
Why not play Paulinho at right centre back and Gray in midfield and
we'll do that.
That's what I thought he was gonna
He
do.
chose the only one that didn't make sense.
I know, it's madness.
It was madness, but yeah, Sousa only played 40 minutes. Anything on him?
Yeah, not really. I mean, he was going in on the challenges, wasn't he, in the first 10 minutes? Got himself booked and barely saw him after that, to be honest.
So go on.
Go on. No, go on.
I was going to say, who you said the only player that comes out of credit is Gray. Was that it?
Yeah, I thought Gray.
I thought Danso was okay.
Danso.
Yeah, Danso was okay. Tell was trying at least. And I thought Solanke in the second half was pressing the issue a little bit. But, yeah, look, we're feeding off scraps here, but guys. We're really feeding off scraps.
Damage was done.
Yeah. Not even Richie could come on and get his consolation. That's how shit we were.
You know, it's mad. We could win 3-0 on Tuesday, and I wouldn't even be like... It's hard to even get happy about that, you know what I mean? With the situation we're in.
Trust me, you'll be happy on Tuesday if we win 3-0. And trust me, all the Budapest songs will be coming out. But yeah, it makes me think like, flying out on Monday to Madrid is just like...
What are we doing?
Why the fuck do we do this to ourselves, man?
We're going to Madrid,
Yeah, have fun.
For the game, yeah, cheers. At least it can't get our league position any worse by losing. At least that's got
every game sim I go to at the Tottenham Stadium, I go in and I'm walking up those steps and I'm like, surely it can't get any worse than the last time we were here. Surely. And it gets worse and worse every time. I just can't believe it. I seriously, I've been talking about relegation for so many weeks now, and I'm sitting here 1 point above the drop, and I'm like, I can't believe it. I still can't envisage us playing championship football next season. I just can't do it.
I know. I keep saying to Himothy, I keep saying to the stream, we're getting relegated. But I don't believe it. But it's true. I have to keep telling myself that's what's happening, so I start to believe it because it is happening.
I know, it is happening. And we're actually going to be going to fucking Wrexham and these places next year, Portsmouth and whoever else down in the Championship. I just can't believe it. What has this club become? It is these owners, man, this ENIC have sunk us this low, that we're actually going to the Championship. There is not one person at this club that I wouldn't mind leaving in the summer. Not one.
It's crazy.
Everyone can go.
It's completely self-inflicted. We've had every advantage you could ask for as a club. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just we've as I was saying to Himothy, there are so many clubs who like Brentford who have to work on a very strict budget and have to have lots of very limited resources and limited money, and they have to make the best of what they got. And we have every advantage you could ask for, and we still manage to fuck it up this badly. Being 10th would be fucking it up, you know what I mean? But yet we're not even that.
When we used to finish outside the Champions League spots, that used to be a crisis. God, did we not know what a crisis was?
Conte
we didn't know how
got
good we had
third.
it.
Yeah, he was third. It looked like we might drop out, so he got sacked.
We didn't know how good we had it back in those days. We're talking about relegation. This is the worst Spurs team in my lifetime. Seriously, the worst. And I've seen some shit Spurs teams in my lifetime. I just can't believe it. Everyone needs to fucking go. Lange, Vinay, all the players, the manager. Fucking burn it all down to the ground and start again. That's all we can do.
There are reports from John Cross that there was some people who had to be held back by stewards as they were angrily shouting at the directors and the football analysts and stuff. So I just wanted to ask, how close did you get when you were shouting?
It was pretty close, to be fair.
Yeah, pretty close.
Good. We need to put them under as much pressure as possible.
Protests are being organised already.
For when?
I think Change for Spurs put something out. Let me see. I think a power statement saying Tottenham now staring relegation in the face. Oh, it's just is it a statement or a protest? Maybe it's just a statement. Might just be a statement, but I'm sure they're planning a protest.
Timothy, you're still going to do watch-alongs in the Championship?
No.
No, just like that. He's been completely 100, keeping it 100, not even sugarcoating it. Nah, no chance, mate. Not touching that.
I just can't believe it. I can't.
I genuinely am just in a state of shock. I'm so like I've got so many feelings running through me, just from anger to depression to sadness. Just can't believe it, man. This is just like, it just feels like tonight. We knew this club was dying, but it just felt like the death of the football club tonight. It really did. Like, I messaged my uncle Adrian a couple of days ago, offering him a ticket to the game, and I messaged him saying, "You up for coming to the funeral on Thursday night?" And there you are, right there in front of you, a fucking funeral.
God. Well, I'll let you go. Relax. Try and take your mind off things. Gonna need it for tomorrow. We'll have to talk about this again. Enjoy.
I'm telling you, nobody gets above a 0 in player ratings tomorrow. I guarantee you that.
They're all done. All right. Spoilers. I'll catch you tomorrow.
All right. Speak to you later.
See ya.
Oh, God. It is dark times. Daniel, is he there or is he out of shot? Is he? Yeah, there he is. 2 minutes, he said? Or is he all right? Put a thumbs up if you're ready or not. Is he ready? All right, next caller. We'll bring him on next after.
That's called Liam.
Liam. All right, let's get Liam on. Let's see what he's got to say. Hey, Liam.
Hello.
Cheers for calling
Honestly,
in, mate. Go on.
No problem. I would love to be able to come on here and be optimistic, but it's been said already today. It is going to take a miracle for us to stay up. And I mean, I had a friend tell me earlier today that there's no chance we get relegated, and yet here I am. I'm sitting here. I've already accepted that we're going to be in the Championship next season. Like, I was looking at the Wolves matches, and I'm looking at them, and I think Wolves have a better chance of staying up than we do.
Wolves have a better chance of staying up than Spurs.
They have a lot of easy games coming up, and they've been in good form. I don't see where we're getting points from.
Yeah, when you look at tonight, Eagle said that he saw things going in his direction. You know, he saw positive things happening.
I'd like to say I believe him, but after seeing, I mean, today, right centre back Porro, he doesn't know what he's doing, and it was definitely a mistake bringing someone that had no Premier League experience in here. We need someone that knew what it was like to be in a relegation battle in the Premier League specifically.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree at the moment. So after tonight, is there any saving this, do you think? How do we save this?
I mean, the first thing is the players need to start actually caring. That's the only thing that can really help us at this point. With the players not caring, it doesn't matter who's in charge, we're not going to play well.
Gone.
Like, props to the players that are like actually playing properly, like Gray, Tell, but it got to I walked away. I just went and got food during that second half because I couldn't keep watching it.
It was difficult, wasn't it? It was very, very difficult. So
it was a hard watch.
It really was. On the Van der Ven red card, was that the turning point in the game for you? Do you think we would have won it if it wasn't for that red card?
I think we definitely could have, and it was so stupid from Van der Ven. I don't know what he was thinking. To think he was our standing captain, and we get Romero back for our next Premier League game, and he goes and does that.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Are you starting to prepare for life in the Championship already? Do you think it's done already? Has the damage been done?
Absolutely. Like there is a slim chance that we do somehow manage to stay up, but I've just accepted it, so I can't get any more disappointed.
I can't believe we're actually talking about it.
I know. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. The bookie, apparently, all the bookies' favourites now.
It's so crazy. I never thought supporting this club that I would be thinking about relegation and it actually being a serious risk.
Yeah. But that's the reality we're in. But We have a lot of callers tonight, so we're going to have to be a bit quicker with them, from now after Ben's come on. So we'll have to let you go, but we'll see you soon, Liam. I appreciate you calling in.
See you soon.
Thanks for calling in, mate. So he has done his press conference. I'm just seeing if there's any quotes there. He was asked, "Is this club impossible to manage at the moment?" I don't want to speak about the club. I want to be positive. I cannot tell the guys nothing at the end after this game. They gave everything. Unfortunately, we pay detail after every detail. We can say the red card is a detail. There is always something to say with all the problems we have now. Missing the defenders today, missing the fullbacks. There are problems we already know. I don't want to speak about that, but we need to stay together. I always repeat the same things, but it is how it is. Believe and growing. Do not make mistakes. This is the key in the end of football. Stay there. Don't make mistakes. 1 goal. You always score. 2 goals. You can always score. But it's important not to make the same mistakes. Unfortunately, now in this moment, we pay everything. But in return, I believe we can change everything. Still 9 games to play. Still 9 games to play. He was asked, will you see that seat again? I'm guessing he's talking about manager's seat. He said no comment. Well, they didn't want to. He didn't sound. Doesn't sound. Oh, I have to watch it. I guess maybe making a joke, but from the text doesn't sound that he's that confident. What did you say anything to Van der Ven? He said it's a private thing for the dressing room. All right, let's get Daniel on. Let's see what he's got to say about the current situation. Nice one, Daniel. Thanks for calling in, mate. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute. Wait a sec. Oh, is he rejoining?
I think he turned off his
Can you hear me now?
camera.
Is it good?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now.
Right, let me sort out the camera because I don't know why it was already keeping me on mute this whole time.
That's all
So I
right.
apologize for that.
There
All
you
right.
go. Yeah, perfect.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's all right.
All right. Okay. So,
Okay, there you go. Perfect.
where do
Yeah.
we begin? Where do we begin?
Please take it away because I'm lost for beginnings at the moment. I'm looking at endings.
Ah, shit.
Oh, God. Falling like Tottenham.
See, it's
Falling
turning
down
out what Spurs is like right now, isn't it?
Spurs.
That's the funny. So you got to look at the funny things in life. But yeah. But generally speaking, where we at right now? I came on your show. Yeah, I'll just hold it. I'll hold it
There
up.
you go.
It's fine. I'll hold it up. It's annoying. It's annoying.
It's all right.
I'll hold it up. Right. Anyways, let me flip the camera.
Hey.
So it's got to a point now where we've seen where we are right now as a club. I came on here weeks ago. I told you about how we have not really done much. We haven't had or heard anything from the CEO. Where has he gone? Disappeared in the background. We also have, the director of football, Lang, quiet. And this is what I was saying to you before. I was saying that we needed people to speak. We needed communication from the club. We needed something which would galvanize the squad, galvanize the supporters, make them think we could actually get out of this situation. But nothing. It's quiet. And that is the problem. If you and me, right, I did some number crunching today, and I went through it with my partner because my partner, she's a gooner. And I told her, what would you do if you was going to renew your season ticket if Spurs were to not miss the drop? So say if Spurs stayed, we obviously finished, say 17th or whatever. We just miss out. We just stay. We stay in the league. Would you want to renew your season ticket? Would it make sense to renew your season ticket? The high season ticket prices, right? We are one of the highest season ticket prices in the league. It costs 2,000, almost $2,500 to get the 1882 season ticket. Just to attend all the games, right? We are on par with Fulham, by the way. Fulham. All you get to experience is just the food, the box seats, and that's about it. It's just commercialized, but it doesn't incentivize you as a fan. Why would you want to renew your season ticket right now if this is the dross you're seeing? There's no galvanized atmosphere. It's dead. The atmosphere is dead. The whole stadium feels dead. The team feels like they've given up. Some of our star players. I mean, Xavi Simons, I know we want to give him time, but at the moment, do you feel confident that he's actually going to turn up? I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure about that. We need to really look at ourselves right now that if we do go down, right, this was something that was already written in the stars for years. I don't say this from since Poch was sacked. So where do we go now as a club? What is our direction? What is the purpose? Because the board now can't come out here and simply say, yeah, we've got something to tell you guys. We've got an idea of what's going to happen. We got something that we can definitely encourage you fans to be looking forward to. There's nothing anymore. It's the void of confidence. It's the void of any sense of belief. It's dead. This club is dead. And I've been Spurs through and through my whole entire life. But now it's making me question whether I have the sanity to still keep going. Maybe even for you. I don't know. I don't know how you feel for both
I think
of
you have to be insane to keep following this football club for as long as we have, if I'm being honest. But 100%, I think I am completely at a loss at the moment for what we stand for as a football club and where we're going and what we're trying to achieve. I mean, it's been like that for a while in terms of decisions we've been making. And now we're at a time we're literally battling relegation. And for me, we're probably the favourites to go down at the moment. For me, we're the favourites to go down. The damage might already be done, and I don't know where we go from there. Once you strip away the revenues and all this kind of stuff from Tottenham, what are we? What are we?
There's
and
nothing.
I think we'll find out exactly.
There's nothing, brother. There's nothing, brother. I mean, I know. I don't want to hold up too long for you guys because I know you'll quickly go through things. But right now, when it comes to where we go, they say, Tudor says we've got 9 games remaining to still get someone on board. We don't. Let's cut the shit out, right? There is no way we could be picking up any remaining points because we've got Liverpool. We still got big teams that we still have to face. Liverpool could give us a spanking for our lives. So forget it. And on top of that as well, we still can't even finish our dinner against smaller teams, bottom feeders. You know, the things that we should be clearing off like that from the very beginning. We can't even do that. So what's the point? Right? I would like to leave this as a final note, though. If you are a Spurs fan and you are considering renewing your season ticket, I think you need to have a good examination of your brain. Donate that brain to a clinic and think about it more than once. Because I'm telling you right now, you are wasting not only your time, you're wasting your friend's time, and you're definitely wasting the club's time. Forget it, 'cause the club doesn't care. The club only cares about profit over glory. Let's keep it like that. That's it.
Daniel, so just quickly for you, is that it? Are we done? Are we down? Do you still think there's any hope?
This is what I believed. I believe that today, after the Fulham result, I thought today was a must win. We had to win today. There was no ifs or buts. And the performance from what we've seen tonight has demonstrated that they are not capable of getting any more points for the rest of the season. So forget about it. Nottingham Forest, I reckon that is probably going to be a dusted game. That's going to mean nothing because by that time, I reckon we'll be so far down in the dumps that Nottingham Forest will look at it as like a no market for them. It's just easy points to the board. So right now, we're done. We're finished. We're toast.
Do you think Tudor gets sacked? Tudor says he saw some positives today. He said he said I saw some. He said some people who want to get on the boat can come with me. If you're not on the boat, you get left behind.
Tim, I'll tell you this, right? Did you see him at the touchline? He would normally be someone that is quite assertive. You'd see him shouting at the players. He looked like he was resigned. He knew his time was coming. He knew this job was far bigger than what he has ever imagined it would be. Right? If a coach like him can see that this job is so big that he can't even coach them to play a certain type. I was even annoyed I even set the team up first and foremost, but forget about that. He was meant to come in to basically get points on the board, to get them to start playing football so we could get results. If he looked resigned, if he looks like he can't even believe in it himself, that's when you know this whole project, this whole Inept tenureship is done. It's toast. It's finished. It's finito. Think of any other word in any other language. We are completely gone. Finished. So that's why, to me, he needs to do himself a favor. Just don't even ask him for your P45. How about you walk out the door, bro? Walk out the door. Because he's wasting his own time as well. he could get better offers elsewhere, probably go back to Serie A and do the same thing he did with Juve. He will not be able to do it here. And that was probably the worst appointment we ever made after the worst coach we ever appointed. So go figure. Done. Forget it. Done. It's just, I want to be more annoyed, but I've given up being annoyed. You know, I feel like I've got far more important things to worry about in life than football. And this club has tormented me over the years, over excitement, over those. But I'm not going to let it try and define me right now. I'll tell the club, kiss my ass, because I've got better things to throw. Not you tonight.
Daniel, appreciate you calling in, mate. Appreciate your time. And please do call in again. But yes, dark times at the moment. Dark times for all of us. Appreciate your time, though. See you soon. That was Daniel. All right. Next, we are going to get the president of the Delegation Society. The man who might be getting what he wanted. The man, he's smiling tonight. Maybe he's smiling because he's happy with the results. Still, I'm going to have to ask you because you've brought this on yourself. Were you happy with the result tonight?
I didn't bring anything on myself.
You said you want you said you want to get relegated.
Yeah, but Enoch and the players have brought this on, not me. I don't play for Tottenham. I don't coach. I don't set up the team. I don't do the transfers.
But I have to ask a question. Were you happy with the result?
No. I'm not happy watching Tottenham lose. I'm not happy
What'd you
watching
say?
us.
He said, can you put the mic closer?
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to hold it up. I don't know why this is happening lately, but I'm never happy when we lose, guys. I'm never happy when Spurs fail. I don't want us to fail. I'm just saying, you know, that relegation is how we are going to fix this club once and for all. That's the point I made. By the way, I just want to say thank you to... I've been inundated tonight with people saying, how do I join the cult? How do I join this delegation? So it's literally blown up.
You started a movement. You started a movement.
I really have. I didn't, you know, it's all a bit of banter, but Sammy, I've put a link in the chat if you don't mind for people that want to subscribe to this delegation, because I am actually going to build something here now. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do this. But look,
it must be a way of coping for everyone. Let's just everyone join Delegation. Delegation FC. We can take over Tottenham, start a new football club.
Listen, people are realising slowly, right, to stop listening to the people that are in denial, the people that, you know, that just ignore all the facts, like Amir. You know, Amir will come and tell you guys, yeah, guys, you know, positive American optimism, which is nothing wrong with that. You mean
Ariane, not Amir.
Oh, sorry, Ariane. Beg your pardon, not Amir. I take that back. Ariane, you know, with his positive optimism, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. And it's just deluded beyond all recognition. You know, it's just talking crap.
I love
guys,
Ariane.
we're terrible.
Anyway, go on.
Yeah, look, I love him too. I chat to him once in a while on WhatsApp, but he's completely in denial. He just ignores the fact that we are the worst team in the Premier League. We've got the worst record in the Premier League in terms of defensive stats. I think there's about 10 stats where we're rock bottom. We haven't won a game in 2026. Wolves have won. They've won more games in the last month than we've won all season at home.
They've won more in the last 5 days than we have in the last 10 months.
Wow.
I mean, you know, you hear these stats and people say things like, "Yeah, we're going to beat Fulham. I think we can get something against Arsenal." It's absolutely mad, man. It's ridiculous. We are the worst team in the Premier League. I've watched a lot of teams in the bottom 6 in the last month, because obviously they're the teams we're now facing for relegation. They all look better than Tottenham. They all play better than Tottenham, and they all show far more desire to stay up than Tottenham. We are hands down the worst team in the Premier League right now. I mean that. It's not me trying to
that's what I've been saying.
100%.
I've been saying the
I
same.
mean it.
We don't know how to play
I think
football.
we're dog shit, mate. We're proper dog shit.
Yeah.
So tonight...
Go on tonight. I was just going to ask you on tonight, like, did it hinge on that red card? Was that the turning point? Could we have got something out of the game? You know, and also, what did you think of Van der Ven's decision to do what he did?
I thought the game started better for Crystal Palace. For the first 20 minutes, I thought they were the better team. I thought we had one or two moments where we got up there, end of the pitch, but Palace were the better side. They actually deserved to go 1-0 up, but they were very unlucky with that offside decision. But that's football. We went up the other end. Some really good play from Archie Gray, and Solanke scored. And you're thinking 1-0. You know what? We're actually not 1-0 down. That's a good thing, because when we go 1-0 down, we crumble. But we capitulated, guys. We completely capitulated. Everyone wanted Danzo to start, and he got bullied, which allowed the through ball to penetrate our defence. And then Van der Ven got caught out, and he panicked. He panicked in the moment, and he pulled the player back. I don't think he was thinking he would get a red card. I think he just tried to maybe just, those cheeky ones where you just a little bit of a grab, but the referee saw it as quite a cynical pull. VAR agreed, and he got a straight red. And as soon as they scored, you knew what was coming. There wasn't a Spurs fan in the world that didn't know that we were about to get battered. And then the defence crumbled, fell apart, got cut open, players quite out of position, the goalie getting nutmegged. Pretty much what we've seen for most of the season. I thought Tudor completely fucked it. You've gone down to 10 men, and it's 1-1. Just go to a back four and put 5 in the middle. Tell the striker to drop in and just try and protect for about 10-15 minutes. Just get some stability for 10-15 minutes until we can regroup and figure out what we're going to do. He panics, rushes, makes some subs. He takes off a defender. What good is that going to do for Sousa's confidence? And I think he didn't need to make those subs so quickly. He could have just stabilised it and just gone to a back four. Instead, he rushed it, and I think it destabilised us. And we were just trying to figure out where we were playing, rejig our formation, sort out our bearings. And in that moment, Palace caught us. As we were in a tactical transition trying to figure it out. And bear in mind, these players, they played one system against Arsenal, a different system against Fulham, another system tonight. Players playing in different positions in every game. The players are confused. This is like Frank on steroids. Tudor is actually worse than Frank, in my opinion. And I really mean that. And I think he confused the players, and we got punished by Crystal Palace in that moment, because second half, after he had 15 minutes to just speak with the players and try and galvanise them, we looked better in the second half. I think Palace took their foot off the gas a bit as well, but we definitely came out with more intent. But I think it's because we regrouped, and that could have actually happened had he stabilised us after the equaliser. But he didn't. He panicked, rushed the subs on, and I think Tudor... I don't blame Tudor for the sending off. I don't blame him for the fact that we went... the score was 1-1. But I blame him for his initial response, which I think jeopardised us. We probably still would have lost, guys, because we're down to 10 men. But I think he panicked, and he didn't need to react that quickly. He could have just reshaped the team and told them to just hold for 10 minutes. Just hold.
He said,
but that's that.
He said in his press conference he liked what he saw. He said the boat is going in the right direction. Whoever's going to come with us on the boat can come. If you're not on the boat, you can leave. Like, who do you think he's talking about? Do you think Van der Ven is one of them with what he did tonight?
I think he's talking absolute shit. I think he's talking absolute waffle. It reminds me of Eric Cantona when he talked about the trawlers and the birds when he had a 9-month suspension.
Isn't he implying some are on board with what's going on and some are just looking to get off the boat and leave? I guess, or not, or they're not in it. Their heart's not in it.
His job is to bring the team together, change the way we play, motivate them, and unify the team to try and win 3 or 4 games. If he's now going to publicly say some want to be here, some don't want to be here, the ones that don't want to be here, they can leave. Where are they going to leave? No one's leaving. No one's leaving. All these players are here. They're not going anywhere. And he can't pick and choose who he's going to bring with him or not because we don't have a big enough squad. We've got too many injuries for him. So what he's saying is nonsense. If he had 20 players, then yeah, you can say it. But you don't, mate. You can barely pick a starting 11. It's mental. It's absolute madness. And I you know what? People are going to target Van der Ven tonight. But this is another problem that's been happening all season. At the start of the year, Basuma got targeted because he was taking in balloons, gas-filled balloons. So we went after Basuma for being unprofessional. Then we attacked Porro for being crap as a right back, even though we weren't playing with attacking fullbacks, and that's what he is. Then we went after Richarlison for being crap. Then Vicario got, he was the next victim because he was dropping clangers, a couple against Fulham and whatnot. Then we got bored of going after them, so we went after Romero. He's not a captain. He's not a leader. So now Romero's out of the picture because he's banned. We've got to find a new person to target. So now we're going to go after Van der Ven. But Van der Ven's going to be suspended now, so we're going to have to find another player to target.
Back to Romero. Romero's back to him.
Yeah, he'll probably get sent off against Liverpool, so we'll go after him. This constant, it's that player's fault, it's this player's fault, it's this. How's about we've had a series of crap managers, we've got a recruitment team that is shocking, we've got an ownership that has done nothing but make negligent, saboteur-esque decisions for far too long, and a fan base that accepts it. A fan base that doesn't want to protest, doesn't want to boycott, doesn't want to take action, and just, it's all right. It's okay. That's the problem, guys. Everything at the club Sim, every year or every 2 years, we talk about we need a reset. Mm-hmm. We need a project. We have not reset since Poch. We have not conducted a proper project since Poch. We haven't. The project lasts between 6 to 18 months. The transfers don't make sense because the projects are all different. And here we are now paying the consequences of all of those mismanaged decisions. All of it has now manifested into Tottenham being the worst team in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. And all roads lead back to Enoch. And to the 1% of fans that protested and demonstrated and tried to stand and fight for change, I feel sorry for those fans. But for the other 99%, you've brought this on yourselves. I'm sorry. And I know it's not a popular thing to say. Delegation is the only way forward. Delegation for liberation. We need a major reset, which will only be instigated by a major catastrophic event for Enoch. Because if we stay in the Premier League, they're going to get away with murder. And you know what? They're not going to fix this. Van der Ven's going to leave. Romero's going to leave. There's news tonight that Vuskovic is being tapped up by Barcelona. We're going to end up with the weaker players, and they're not going to attract the quality needed because they don't have a plan, because they don't need to have a plan. They don't need a plan because they've got the protection of the Premier League umbrella and the income that comes with it. I think we're going down, guys. Do you feel the damage has been done when it comes to everything leading to this moment? Yeah, 100%. 100%. The last chance we had was to give Ange that chance. That was the last chance we had because when he won us that trophy, people will say it was the players, whatever camp you want to sit in. But to win a trophy and get us into Champions League, it was worth just rolling the dice and backing him and seeing what could have manifested, because that could have been the beginning of the project. But we binned it and we went with Frank. That was never a realistic project because Vinay and Lange got overruled by their superiors. So clearly the Frank project was never serious, because if it was serious, Vinay and Lange would have been allowed to see it out. But they weren't. They were overruled. The chairman was told, no, you've got it wrong. And the football director was told, you've got it wrong. And Paratici left because he wasn't going to continue working under these conditions. So the last chance we had was probably under Ange. But a lot of fans will disagree with that. A lot of fans will say, no, he had to go. He was crap. But yeah, the damage was done, Sim. It's just where we are now is if we wanted to avoid relegation, Frank had to be sacked after the Nottingham Forest game. At worst, the last kind of opportunity was to sack him after the West Ham lost. But they allowed it to continue to a point of where now they made a panic signing in Tudor. He's got no Premier League experience. People think that our players need a rocket up their arse. They don't. Our players don't need a rocket up their arse. They need a manager that's going to come in and lie to them and tell them they're all wonderful, they're all superstars, they're all going to play in the World Cup, they're better than what they've been told, and to just give them a false of, almost a false sense of confidence, and get them playing basic passing football, right? If you look at Wolves, if you look at Man United, if you look at other teams that have changed managers, they've got those teams moving the ball. You could say maybe they've got better players, but to not teach the fundamentals of pass and move is criminal. Like, I watch us play. We can't freaking pass a ball. I mean, we looked okay in patches in the second half, but I watch it and I say to myself, I know what I would coach here. We might not win games, but at least the football will be more possession-based. It'll be harder for the opposition to score because we're keeping the ball and would actually create a little bit more. But this Tudor guy, I don't know what he's trying to do. I mean, do you guys watch Tudor's game plan and say, "Oh, I get what he's trying to do"? Do you two? In the last 3 games, have you two watched a game under Tudor and understood what he's trying to do?
I think he's trying to definitely be a bit more aggressive with the press at times, but on the ball, for me, I feel like he's kind of looked at the situation and been like, okay, we need more energy, we need more intensity. In a relegation fight, you need passion. So he's worked a lot on a lot of these things. How do we win more duels? How do we, get closer to the opposition? But it seems like he hasn't done any work on our in possession game, because we still look as clueless as we ever have under Frank in how we build up, how we play through the thirds, how we get the ball into the final third. We just resort to giving it to Porro and knocking it long, essentially. Same thing. And I feel like either hasn't been worked on or the players aren't good enough to put in a plan, but we know they are because we saw under Ange that when they put in a plan to build up in possession, they're very good at keeping the ball and keeping possession and getting the ball to the final third, right? The problem with Ange is they couldn't stop counter-attacks and they probably weren't good enough to finish the chances on enough occasions. That was the problem under Ange, but the problem wasn't how he moved the ball or the build-up or anything like that. And that has seemed to be a massive problem this whole season.
We just need someone to tell the players to pass the ball. Like, I don't get why it's so difficult. Like, I don't understand. Why does every other team in the league do it but us? And
we
like
can't seem to pass the ball forward. It's side to side until we have to go long.
I don't get it.
People say to me, our players are shit, they can't. But then I argue, last season, if you look at our passing stats, the forward passes, the percentage possession stats, the individual passing possession stats, individual players, and the progressive passes, they are all considerably better than this season.
Exactly.
So that says to me there is a coaching failure at the club, as well as the players, some of them simply not being good enough. There was a case tonight when Moani had the ball in the first half, and he was caught with the ball in the right back position, and 2 players surrounded him.
And no help, yeah.
Right, but here's the thing. One player should have made the move up the line and for him to feed the ball to. No one made that movement. Or Vicaria should have run to the edge of his box along the byline where the corner flag is and called for the ball to receive it. He didn't have a movement up the line. He didn't have a movement where he was facing. So if the movement isn't there, there's no player for Moani to pass to. So therefore, he's either got to use skill and get out of it, which is what he tried and he lost possession, or just smash the ball out of play. Moani made a complete fuck up of it. Now, you telling me he's technically incapable of making a decent pass or just to clear the ball off the pitch? Of course he's capable. But the movement isn't there. And that's because that pattern of play or that motion of play has not been coached. And I see it all the time. Like, when I see the goalie just blamming it up the field to no man's land, like, what is that? What are we trying to do with that? So I thought Tudor, as I was told, he's going to come in and change things. It's exactly the same. It's no different. His approach is no different, other than what you said. He presses a bit better, and that's it. Really.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We've given him a 12-game run. He had 5 days before North London Derby. I'm not saying, he shouldn't make any impact at the moment. But I'm just saying it's hard for him to turn around the shower of shit that we have put him in 3 games time. Like Nuno, look how well they're doing now. Right, but look how, but they're West Ham. They appointed him when they appointed him in October time, November time. Like they appointed him then. He went 10 games without a win, and now look at them. So look how much time it took, and we're expecting him to turn it around after 3 games. Now I understand that's the remit. Don't get me wrong. I understand that's the job he's in because because he's come in to make an immediate impact. So we need it now. But I'm just saying like. That's why it was so wrong to wait so long to fire Frank, because it's not giving the guy enough time to turn this shit around, and I don't know if he has enough time.
100%. Like I said, Frank should have been gone after the Nottingham Forest game. But at the same time, Man United, Wolves, and Nottingham Forest have also made managerial changes the same kind of period Tottenham did. Look at the difference at Nottingham Forest, look at the difference at Wolves, and look at the difference at Man United compared to Spurs. People are going to say, but Man United have got better players. Okay, so what, Wolves now, have they got better players?
Again, Edwards lost his first, it took a while for him to get a result.
Yeah, but the thing is, look at the way those teams are playing, Sim. Look at the way they're playing. We're playing shit. We are playing god-awful football. I don't see our football improving. If tonight we were popping the ball, creating some killer passes through their back lines, some deadly crosses into the box, a nice bit of possession play, keeping the ball for 45 seconds, something like that, at least I could come on your show tonight and say, guys, do you know what? We weren't too bad tonight. I know we lost, but if we can build on that. But I'm coming on tonight saying we were shit. Same as Fulham, same as Arsenal. We're going to go to Anfield and we're going to get battered. We are going to get absolutely blammed at Anfield, especially with Atletico Madrid in between, who we're not going to beat. Right, this is the end of the Champions League road. We're not going to turn it on, and then we're going to go into that Nottingham Forest game, which for me now, because people were saying this is the biggest game of the season. For me, it wasn't. It's the Nottingham Forest game, because that has a direct impact on relegation, in the sense of it's either us, West Ham, Leeds, or Forest that go down with Burnley and Wolves. We can't play West Ham again, but we can play Forest. We're going to go into that Forest game having not won in like 12 games, something stupid, because I think we lose the next 3. And when we play Forest, we're going into that game with very little confidence, and they're going into it with belief and a knowledge that they can beat Tottenham. If we don't win that one, 100% we're going down. 100% we're going down, because we're not going to beat Sunderland away. We're not going to beat Chelsea or Villa. In fact, I think Chelsea might send us down. And that would be the nail in the coffin. Arsenal winning the league, Spurs getting relegated, and Chelsea being the ones that send. It will be the most painful day for every Spurs fan.
So what's your percentage at now? What's your percentage at now?
50-50.
Fifth, really? Still high. I'm higher than
of
that.
us going down?
Yeah, I'm higher than that.
It's 50-50 because as it stands, we still are 16th. We still are 16th. And Forest and West Ham do have to get those points above us. But the reason I'm saying 50-50 is because, honestly, Sim, it all depends on that Forest game. And I was saying this to James Flower earlier on, that I know everyone's looking at this Palace game tonight, but if we lose it, we're still going to be 16th. But that Nottingham Forest game, if we lose that, we will go 18th. If we lose that, mark my words, we will be 18th that day. And then it's official. We are in the relegation zone. So I think that Nottingham Forest game is the one. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think we win it. I don't think we beat Nottingham Forest. I really don't. And it's a tragedy that we are in that 50-50 scenario of going down. But listen, if we do go down,
And you think you think we got a better chance if we
it's the
sack
best
Tudor?
thing.
Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, if we do go down, as painful it's going to be, and I won't be happy. I'm not going to come on here and smile if we get relegated. But I do believe it'll be the best thing that happens for us in terms of a proper reset. It'll be a painful reset, and it'll take a couple of years maybe before we come back up. And I don't think fans want to stomach it. I get it, but I honestly believe it's the only way we will ever see a true reset of how this ownership behaves or whether this ownership stays. I think anything but that, it's just a nice feeling to say we're in the Premier League. Yay, we get to do it all over again. Nah, man.
I think
Staying in the Premier League for me isn't the way forward anymore. Not with this ownership, Sim.
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. I think we what's it called? I think the owners are so clueless and incompetent that if we were to go down, the planning and the decision making it would take to get us back up, they're not capable of. I really don't think they're capable of it. I think we would only get worse. I think we're really putting everything at risk if we go down.
They're not capable of it because they know they can get away with bad decisions. For example, we can go and spend 65 million on Richarlison, get it completely wrong. That's all right. We fucked it. We crack on as normal. They can go and chuck, I don't know, 50 million at Brennan Johnson. It doesn't work out after 2 years. It's all right. We'll just sell him for 35 million. We'll take a 15 million pound loss. It's cool because they always know that the Premier League and the European football income will save them. Whereas if we go down, they're going to have to really, really think about who they sign. They're going to have to really, really think about those academy kids they put on loan or whether or not actually it's financially better to give these young kids a chance. Maybe instead of spending £30 million on Odebert, let's play Mikey Moore and let him have a season instead and see what happens. And they're going to have to really think about the manager they hire because they're not going to be able to sack managers. They won't be able to afford the compensation.
And if they really think about it, what will that help? Because they don't know anything about football.
Which is why I think they will bring in someone who's going to be given more freedom to build a footballing plan on the basis that if they don't do that and they want to do it, they're never going to see the Premier League again, and they're going to hit even more financial difficulty to the point of where the asset isn't worth it for them. And listen, there comes a point where you have to make money in this game, especially a club like Tottenham with the financial structure that we have.
Agreed.
You can't just make irresponsible financial decisions when you don't have the financial mechanisms to pull you out of trouble when you get it wrong, which is what the Premier League gives them. It's what European gives them. In the Championship, they can't afford to make those mistakes, which means they're going to have to really sit down with the academy director, with some footballing experts and say, you guys, we're going to have to actually trust you and back you.
But the thing
because
is,
if we
still,
don't,
but
we're going to end up in Division 1, and then what?
I understand.
Then they've got nothing.
I understand what you're saying, but the thing is, they have been trying to get things right. They just don't know how to. Like the things they've been doing. Like this isn't defending them. I'm saying they're so incompetent. I'm sure they spent hours looking at who to hire from a footballing perspective, sporting directors, managers, all these different things. I'm sure they go through all the right processes. Vinay did a 30-point plan 30 candidate plan of 10-point process to hire Frank. All these different things. I'm just saying, like, we're not here because they want to be here or they don't care that we're 17th. Of course they care. They want us in Europe every year because they want that money. That money means a lot, and they want as many revenue sources as they can. So I'm telling you, they try. They are just incompetent. And I'm saying if we go down, that incompetency is going to lead us to a worse place than if we stay up. It's not going to make them change. It's just going to expose their incompetency for even more than it already has.
And they will pay the financial price for that. They will take the financial hit for that. And when they do, it's going to get to the point where they say, do you know what? We don't want this asset. We don't want this bullshit anymore. And they will sell. They will sell because the financial asset doesn't add up to what they thought it was going to be when they built the £1 billion stadium. The whole point of building that stadium was to increase their cash flow, increase their revenue, increase their ability to borrow more money for future projects. I mean, the hotel is now on hold. That hotel has now been put on hold. Why? It's because we might go down. So when we go down, you're not getting your hotel. You're not getting that property project that you thought you were going to build in Northumberland Park. You're not going to get the business valuation you thought you were going to get so you can sell the club one day at a 40x of the initial capital investment that you bought the club for. When they are hit with these kinds of financial restraints, do you know what? Either they fix up or they sell up. But if we stay in the Premier League, I just think we're going to go round and round in circles. Maybe we get top 4. Maybe we get 17th. Maybe we end up mid-table. One good signing, one shit signing, one terrible signing. And we're just going to keep going round and round and round. Nothing will change like this. We go through this. Sim, we go through this every year. Every year we go through the same conversations.
Delegation we've never done before, I have to say.
Listen, I'm bringing something new to the table. It's fresh. It's a grassroots movement. If people want to know, just subscribe to the YouTube channel, Mr. Stelios on Spurs. I'm going to start a database. We're going to build a Delegation army, and we are together. We are going to come up with a proper plan of action. I'm telling you.
But the thing is, you have no control whether we go down or not. So you put a whole movement of just hoping we go down.
Well, hey, listen, if we don't go down, Delegation continues. We just got to take a different approach. I might have to rebrand it. I don't know, but mate, something has got to be done.
Was that term born on this channel, or did someone comment it, like, or having it already been coined when you were on here?
I think someone said it in the comments.
Yeah, and I read it out. Was that when it was born, or someone said it before?
I don't know. I've been hearing it. I don't know. Everywhere I go now, I just see it. It's not even. I'm not even called Stella anymore. I'm just called Delegation. It's ridiculous. But mate, I'm loving it. Sod it. Let's
ridiculous.
Do it. Let's do it.
So just to nail you down, you say your point being is even if we do get a lot worse once we go down, it will also benefit us because Enoch will have to sell. So you're not bothered whether we get double relegated or triple relegated, because that will lead to Enoch going.
I don't think we're going to get relegated beyond the Championship, Sim. I don't see that. I remember when Aston Villa went down, everyone said, "Oh, look at Leicester City. We're going to be like Leicester if we go down." No, we're not Leicester City. We're a different animal. Aston Villa went down, and look at them now. They bounced back. They stayed down for a year or two, but when they came back with a proper idea, a proper system, and now look at them. They're a much better outfit for it. Some clubs go down, they stay longer, like the Newcastles and the Leicesters, but we're an animal. Tottenham Hotspur is an animal. We are a very desirable club. A lot of people want to be involved with our club. Mm-hmm. We might lose some of that popularity, but there's always going to be someone out there that says, "Do you know what? I wouldn't mind a piece of Tottenham." And I bet you Enoch could get more offers when we're in the Championship because we'll be seen as a cheaper purchase than what we are now. And just maybe Enoch say, "Do you know what? We're fucking done with this. What is the point?" Because I'm telling you now, Enoch are not going to accept being in the Championship for more than a year or two, mate. They're not going to handle that because they are going to hemorrhage money. They are going to hemorrhage cash flow. Their ability to fund the projects that they've planned in their heads, it's all going to go out the window. So either they fix the football once and for all, they stop focusing on money and they just focus on football and sacking managers and because listen, they are capable. They've hired Poch, they've hired Conte, they've hired Redknapp, they've hired Ange, they've hired Paratici, they've hired Mitchell. They have hired good people. They're not incompetent to the point they can't hire good people. Their problem is they don't stick with them. They don't keep them. And they'll be forced to do that because they're not going to fork out the compensation. They're going to have to stick with a plan at some point. And I think in the Premier League, they're not going to do it because they haven't got the minerals for it, and they know they can get away with it in the Premier League. Whereas in the Championship, they're not going to get away with it. I want us to stay up, guys. And what? I want Enoch to change.
Wait, what?
But they're not going to. I want Tottenham to stay up and for Enoch to change.
Delegation's a fraud. Delegation's over.
It's done.
It's done.
No.
He's been
It's
outed.
not done.
The Delegation president wants us to stay up. What is going on?
Breaking news. I want us to stay up if Enoch change, but they're not going to. I'm hearing noises that they're going to keep Lange, and they want to bring someone to work with him. I don't want this dual football director nonsense. If I honestly believed Enoch would change, I'd say stay up, but they're not going to change. They will never change. They do it to us all the time. They lie to the fans, they fob off the fans, they pitch some story, some spin, some vision. Oh, we're going to go down the data-driven model. Oh, we're going to change our scouts. Oh, we're going to improve the medical department. Oh, Frank's a project manager. We went through a 15-step process to identify him. Oh, we're going to do this. It's just lies, it's lies, it's lies. They don't believe a word they're saying. They will never change. If we go down, they won't have a choice. There's no hiding place in the Championship. You can't hide down there. It's not the place this club was built for. This club was never meant to be a Championship club. That stadium was never designed for the Championship. And they will feel it. They will feel it down there. Something will give. And it breaks my heart to say this, guys. It breaks my heart. But I just want what's best for Tottenham in the long term. And in the long term, at some point, we are going to have to go through short-term pain. Like real short-term pain. And the issue is, in the Premier League, when the pain comes, they can't stomach it. They can't stomach the pain in the Premier League. But in the Championship, they won't have a choice. And that's the point I'm making. Delegation is the only way.
Do you think the only chance to stay up is to sack Tudor now?
But for me, it's just.
You know, I thought that after Fulham.
I know.
I thought that after Fulham. But part of me now feels it's too late. I think part of me now feels whatever we do, we're fucked, because the only chance Tottenham has of staying up, the only chance, is you've got to beat Nottingham Forest. So the question is, would I have a different manager for that game? Yeah, I would. I'd have a different manager for Nottingham Forest, because if you don't win that game, there is no doubt in my mind Spurs will be relegated. If you do not beat Nottingham Forest, Tottenham is going to get relegated.
I'm saying, so do you think the best chance we have is getting someone else apart from Tudor in charge for that game?
Yes. Yeah.
My question is, do you
sack
think
Tudor, yeah.
if we play, do you think this football is going to change until the end of the season? The way we're playing right now?
Under Tudor?
Yeah.
No.
And that means, in your opinion, we're not going to pick up a single result?
We might grab a draw. Like we might snatch a win against Leeds. You know, I'm sure we've got a win in us and a couple of draws. But is that enough?
But if that's the case, then what's the point of keeping him?
Well,
this is what.
Yeah, that's what.
Sorry, what was your name? I didn't catch your name, buddy.
Costa.
Costa.
Yeah.
Costa. What I'm saying is, I agree with you. I would get rid of him on the basis that if we're going to stay up, you've got to beat Nottingham Forest. That is the biggest game, bar none, for me. That's the one I looked at a couple of weeks ago, and I said, that's the one. So if I think staying up means beating Nottingham Forest, then we need a different manager for that game, because I don't believe Tudor will beat Nottingham Forest. Not the way he goes about it. Another manager might get a win, but not Tudor. So yeah, I would sack him. Yeah, I would.
Do you think the club will, or considering it?
When is there? There's a game we play, and then there's like a 10-game gap between we play.
There's an international break after Forest.
We play Atletico Madrid on Tuesday. When do we play Liverpool?
Sunday.
What? Like 5 days later?
Yeah.
And then we
play
play
and
Atletico.
then Atletico again, and then Forest, and then international break.
Okay. If we get absolutely battered by Atletico or Liverpool, I think they sack him. If we lose like a 1-0, 2-1, I think he might survive. But if we get a whooping, like a proper whooping, I think he's gone. Because that's it. The players are completely gone at that stage. I mean, they're gone now, but if we get a whooping, That means the players just completely fell apart beyond all recognition. You know, that's a tsunami.
Yeah, I felt like if he'll probably get the Forest game, and if we haven't won a game until then, I think then he'll be gone. I think because then you have an international break to find a manager.
I don't think they can risk not having a new manager in place for the Forest game if we're still losing, because that Forest game is the decider.
But it's too quick a turnaround. It's too quick a turnaround. It's like 3 days in between each game. I can't see them having a new manager in place.
Mate, then I'd get rid of him now, because you cannot walk away from the Forest game without 3 points, guys, because that is the relegation decider for me. That is the biggest 6-pointer of our season. That is the 6-pointer of all 6-pointers for Tottenham Hotspur. In the 30-odd years we've been in the Premier League, that is the biggest 6-pointer we're ever going to play. I'm telling you. We can't risk it. We can't risk him being the manager for that game, because Forest are going to bring it. Forest are going to go for it. Forest have got the players to hurt us, and they've got 2 outstanding centre-backs that we're going to have to get past. I don't see how having Tudor in charge of that game makes any sense whatsoever, because after Forest it's all tough games. You know, Villa away, Chelsea away, Sunderland away, Everton, they're no mugs. You know, they're on the brink of qualifying but mate, all these teams will eat us.
We won't win another game.
We have not with
I just don't think we win a single game.
I mean, I'm looking at fixtures. I mean, maybe Wolves, but even that game I can't see us winning at the moment.
We didn't beat any of them last year.
We're not beating Wolves.
We didn't beat any of the teams we have left. We didn't beat any of them last season.
Yeah, we're not beating Wolves, guys. I've watched them the last 3 games. They're really good. They're actually playing really.
They can play
really
football.
Well. It's actually,
they can pass the ball.
It's actually a tragedy that they're getting relegated. The way they're playing now, they don't deserve to get relegated, but they will get relegated because they were shocking for the first kind of 20-odd games this season. But I don't know, guys. For me, if we don't beat Forest, Spurs will be a Championship club, and I'm not going to budge from that position. If we don't beat Forest, Tottenham Hotspur will be in the Championship. No matter what anyone tells you, that's the day we're done. That is the official day, rubber stamp. See you later. Championship it is for you, Tottenham. Which is why Tudor can't be the manager for that game. Absolutely no chance can he be the manager for that game, especially if we get battered by Liverpool. Especially. That's my take on it.
All right, Stel. Big up to you. You want to plug? So you got a new channel is that a new channel, or is it just a channel rebranded?
No, it's a new channel I'm starting. Solo YouTube effort. Mr. Stelios on Spurs and the Delegation army. Get involved, subscribe. I'll be distributing some more information of what we're going to do.
I thought you were about to say merch, but I was like, okay, just information. Okay.
Maybe we'll have Delegation merch. Could you imagine? Oh my god!
Delegation.
Oh my lord!
Selling outside the ground. Hello, do you want to be delegated today? No. You have to knock on doors. Have you heard of our Lord and Saviour, Mr. Delegation?
Delegate good times. Come on.
We have to joke about it because it's such a sad situation.
Listen, if you don't laugh, people, you're gonna cry. Because I'll tell you one thing I noticed today. I've never seen it before at Tottenham. I was watching the final whistle, and the camera zoomed into the terraces, and there were people just standing there, dumbstruck. People just staring into thin air like a reindeer in headlights. And I think tonight it hit.
It sunk in for a lot of people, So this is it.
It properly now hit them, the damage this club's done. Tonight's the night they realised Charrington, Vinay, Levy, Enoch, Lewis family, Lange, Flange, Hitch, all of it. Tonight's the night they realised, shit. And part of me felt actually very sad for them because they've never been to that place before. Whereas people like me and Brian were there 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
We've been carrying that pain for 5 years, but it hit them tonight. And there was one picture, and it was actually it was tragic, man. It was this. It was 3 elderly people. You can tell they've been watching Spurs in the 60s and 70s, and they were sitting there all grey-haired, jackets on, scarves because they're cold, and they just look lost. And I thought, you know what? You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that because you've been with this club for, your entire life. You got your pension, and Tottenham's just your one thing you've got in life to get out the house and just hang out with your friends before your time's up. And to see them so sad like that, I actually felt that tonight. I did actually feel that, and I thought, you don't deserve this, but what can we do, man? This ownership's an absolute disgrace.
Well, big up to you, and everyone go and subscribe to Stell's new channel. I'm sure it's going to be fireworks over there. I'm looking forward to see how it grows. And if you want to be Delegated, go and check Stell's new channel. Big up to you, mate.
Can you stop saying that, please? Can you stop saying Delegated? There's no need. Oh, Lord. Anyway,
brilliant.
look, man, it is what it is. If we go down, we go down. If we stay up, we do it by the skin of our teeth. But that Nottingham Forest game, that is the one. That
Agreed.
is the one. 100%. That's the game.
Big up to you, Stell. Speak to you in a bit.
Big up, Sim. Big up, Costas. Take care, guys.
See ya.
Nice one. Are you on board with Delegation?
No.
No, you're not part of the Delegation army.
The
You
reputation.
haven't been delegated.
I have not been delegated yet. Maybe next time.
Maybe
Maybe by Forest.
Maybe by Forest you'll be delegated. Oh my god, it's the best term. All right, let's get Amir on. My brother, Amir.
How are we doing, gentlemen?
Bro, you've been on at me the whole week. Be positive, be with the team. They're gonna do it. And I haven't been. I have to say, I've been very negative, but I guess you can see why now. Well, you weren't there today. You're in Toulouse this week, but yeah, tell me about what you thought about today.
It just hurts, doesn't it, Sim? Doesn't it, Costa? It's just tough. It's just tough. And you know what? It just popped up on my phone there. You guys celebrating the first goal. Brilliant bit of play there by Archie Gray, and Solanke taps it in, and we're 1-0 up. And for a few minutes, you have a little bit of positivity, and then VDV goes and he basically sabotages that match, right, guys? It's just such a brainless thing to do when you're 1-0 up. I can understand it if you're 93rd minute and, it's R9 through on goal, or, something like that, and you need to stop him. But you're 1-0 up, you're at home, 11 on 11. You got Vic there, who's actually a really good shot stopper. Just let your man shoot. Let Sar shoot, And from there, it just all went downhill, and we capitulated, So that pain and those stares at the stadium, it's very tough to take at the moment. And look, I have been trying to inject some positivity into things, and I get why everyone is all doom and gloom, and I understand that, and even more so after tonight's result, unfortunately. But I really do think that this is the time. We have, a few months left of the season, that we do need to just try and do all we can to support the club through and just try and salvage our season by staying in the league, because we're in huge trouble. I mean, I heard Stel there say he's 50-50. I think it's more like 80-20. It's looking very, very bleak at the moment, guys. So I just think that we need a bit of luck, first of all, and we need our players to, players like Archie, players like Tell, players that want to fight, to really step up to the plate and battle for every single point. And it takes effort. It takes, putting the pride into your game, playing with passion, and not doing brain dead things on the pitch. It's as simple as that. I think if Mickey doesn't do that, I think we do come away with points. Maybe not all three, but maybe one, and then there's a little boost ahead of Madrid. So yeah, that's where I'm at with everything.
in terms of Mickey, a lot of people giving him pelters tonight for the red card, and captain as well. What is it with our captains getting sent off and leaving us in the lurch today? What Mickey's decision to pull Sarr back? I mean, inexcusable, isn't it?
It is inexcusable. It is inexcusable, and an international of his level and a player of his caliber should really be rising up above those kind of moments in a game. I know Sarr was through on goal, and he may have scored, right? If he wasn't tugged back, he may have scored. But okay, it's 1-1. We've already scored. We might nick another one. You're still in the game. That just completely threw it. And look, I'm tired of pointing fingers at this player or that player, and this manager and that manager. I really do think that it is time Spurs fans started pointing fingers at the people responsible for where we are at. And that is clear to everyone, I think, at this stage. The board have just failed us on every single level, by sacking Ange, bringing in Frank, completely brain dead decision. After that, leaving us short in the window when we already had an injury crisis before Kudus and Spence got injured and the rest of them. We needed help in January and they just left us short. So I really do think this is completely and all on the board and ENIC and their decision making. Yes, the players, they play their part week in, week out, but what do you want Tudor to do with, I don't know how many injuries have we got. We basically got a first 11 out at the moment, and it's really tough. It's really tough to take.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of Tudor, what do you make of some of the decisions he made tonight? Was it his? What could he have done more tonight? And also, do you think his job's at risk now?
I mean, his job is going to be at risk. You can't keep losing games. But this really wasn't on him, was it? This result. He put a team out there that was winning 1-0 before the red card. So I don't think you can put this down to Tudor. And I don't think you can put any of it down to Tudor, really. This guy's just been, whisked in on a whim, on a hope that he can keep Spurs in the league. As a kind of proven firefighter type manager. It's just, it is what it is with Tudor. Where's sacking him going to get? I know there's this kind of talk about, bring all the old boys back, bring Harry back, bring Defoe in and bring people that are, near and dear to the club. But I think that's really clutching at straws, guys. I don't know. Costa, what do you think of Tudor and where we're at under him?
For me, it seems like the same football as under Thomas Frank. And for me, I just want us to play regular football, just pass the ball. Like, can we keep it on the ground? Like, all we see is just us recycling the ball, booing it up, trying to get the Solanke, and then that's it. We lose the ball. Every other team in the league, I can see them play football. Even Wolves, they know how to pass the ball. I think today we did 1-1-2 with Gray and Kodamawani. That's the first time we've seen football, the whole game. That's it, just that 1-2. It's so painful. It's been like this the whole season. And for me, if we carry on playing the same way, again, playing like a Sunday league team, just booting it up, we're going to get relegated because we're going to keep losing every game. There's no point. Yeah,
it's very hard to watch. I completely agree with you, Costa. There's a lack of patterns of play there. There's, we get things, such simple basics of football, fundamentals, triangles, touches, 5-yard balls go astray. It really is very difficult to watch. The one little thing that, me, Sim, I'm going to try and inject a little bit of positivity, right, into... I am, because when you got Xavi on there, I did actually think that Xavi started to play a couple of nice 1-2s, and made a nice couple runs, won a couple of free kicks. Yeah, he didn't do anything with them, but he's no Gareth Bale or Christian Eriksen, is he? He's got a way to go to get to those kind of levels. So I did see. I get what Tudor's trying to say with the turning the boat around and who wants to be on it and who's off it can go.
Who do you
I
think's
get
off the boat? Who do you think's off the boat?
I don't want to start digging out players and naming names, Sim. I want to try and keep it positive. I do want to try and keep it positive.
Who's on the
I
boat?
do. Yeah, I want to talk about who's on the boat. Yeah, exactly that. And look, it was clear to see, right? Archie Gray had a really good game today.
Yeah.
He's fighting for the badge. I think he, being an English youngster, he understands what it means, going down to the Championship and how hard that league is there, and what the ramifications could be if we go down. So I think he showed a lot of fight. I love what Tell was doing as well. I'll be honest with you guys. He was trying. He was making efforts. He was making runs. He was going past players. He was having a couple of pot shots. So there were a small, couple of positives to take from that performance. I know it's hard to kind of shine a light on them now, but we need to, as a fan base, guys, we really do need to try and keep some positivity, to try and get behind the team. I thought the fans were amazing today. I could hear them through the telly all game long. And I think we're going to need more of that. We're going to need much more of that. Madrid, it is what it is out there. It's kind of a punt. We're in a CL where we're obviously not going to win anything. It's just kind of a free hit game. It all comes down to what we do in the Prem. It's going to be very tricky up at Anfield, of course. And I do agree with Stel. That Nottingham Forest game tonight was a cup final. Forest is like a Champions League final for me.
Yeah.
We have to win that, right? If we don't win that,
I think it's guaranteed.
Yeah, I think our fate is sealed, lads, to be honest.
God. So right now, where do you put percentage-wise?
I said 80-20 earlier. Since I'm being positive, I'm going to try and go... I'll go with 70-30. I'll say 70.
That we're down.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's looking like to me. I'm just calling it how I see it, Sim. You know me, I want to be positive. I want to say it the other way around.
I said 70. I said 70.
I hear you, buddy. And the thing is, I watch a lot of the other teams, and I see West Ham scrapping. I see Wolves coming and getting points, and getting a draw against the scum, and they're playing decent football now. You're seeing Forest nick points off City. It's worrying times.
I'm worried it might already be done. Honestly, I'm worried that we might be too much to do. That's what I know we're still a point clear, but I'm looking at how much we need to turn this ship around, and I don't know if we got it in us, and we might be dead already. But we just got.
But this is the thing, right? As long as mathematically it's still possible that we can do it, and it's still in our hands. It still is in our hands in that sense. We can still. If these players are up for it, they stop doing stupid things. They come together as a group, right? As a collective. This is a team sport. This isn't individual. This ain't golf. You know what I mean? You're not playing for yourself here. You need a team spirit. You need passion. You need pride. You need determination. You need fight. And that's what our players need to show until the end of the season to try and keep us up. The one thing I will say, with regards to the Delegation, I really do think that is a catastrophe that our club cannot bounce back from, guys, because the amount of money involved, it's wild. It's wild. The value of our club will drop immensely, and I don't think ENIC will sell if we go down. They will slog it out in the Championship until we come back up and add value to sell. It makes no sense for them to sell low. Do you know what I mean? So I think that if we go down, it's going to be a very, very tough next 5 years for Tottenham Hotspur, because that league is so tough. There's no guarantee we come straight back up. We're going to be scrapping for every point in that league, and you're gonna have to have a completely different team, because a lot of these players will not stick around in the Championship. Unfortunately, they will go to pastures new, and it will be it'll be horrible, guys. It'll be horrible. So we really, really need to come together now for these next 3 months until the end of May, and just do our best to get behind the team, the players, Tudor, if he goes, whoever else comes in, just everything that we can do to try and keep Spurs in the league. That will be the way forward. And then I do think if say that does happen and we do manage to stay up somehow, I do think the fans need to come together as well and unite against ENIC and the board. You have a huge problem here at Tottenham where we've been infiltrated by gooners, from scouts to CEOs to who knows how many other members of staff, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. And
We need to root them out. We need to root them out.
We need to root them out one by one. Honestly, it's not okay. It's not okay. We're just, we're being bantered by other clubs left, right, and centre. It really is just, it's not the way to run an organisation and a club of our standing. It's just wrong. And I agree as well with regards to a director of football. You can't have two directors of football. What kind of idiotic, moronic method is that? That's ridiculous. So get rid of Lange and get someone in who is competent, who's got a track record of bringing in good players, and who can, take us into the future where we are competing for trophies and not battling relegation.
Amir, good to see you, brother.
It's good to see you too. Nice to speak to you as well,
Nice to see you,
Costa.
bro.
And
Speak
all
to
the
you
best,
soon.
lads.
All the best. Fair to say you haven't been delegated next time.
That's it. That's it. No delegation.
No delegation. Big up on me.
Take care, lads.
I'm yet to be delegated. Let's, all right, last call of the night. Let's get Ezekiel on. Ezekiel. Hey, man. Cheers for calling in. Closing off the show. It's a tough day for all Tottenham fans today, isn't it? 1 point now above the relegation zone. No light at the end of the tunnel, it seems, at the moment. Any light at the end of the tunnel for you? Do you see us getting out of the situation?
No. I think there's an avenue to staying up where the other teams are just so bad that you don't go down. But I don't see us determining our own outcome at all. This team is genuinely awful. They are genuinely terrible. You can go into every game almost and just predict the loss and you'll be right more often than not. And the issues in the club, this is the worst part. The issues in the club aren't solvable by anyone. They're only going to be solved once the club is sold. And I'm very upset that I don't live in London and I can't go to the stadium and I can't knock on the door and make my voice heard. And I implore everyone who can do that to please do that. Go to the protests, make your voice heard, because nothing will change until this club is sold. The owners have no clue what they're doing. They don't set a good culture. They constantly make the worst decision over and over and over again. They have no desire to make a plan. They don't know what they're doing. They bought the club as an investment. They are trying to see out their investment, and they've done a terrible job with that. If you were actually investing in the club, you would do what Todd Bowley did, and you would build the value of the club. And that's okay. He came in, he was very upright about it. I'm going to be using this as an investment. Chelsea fans at first were upset, but he goes and he spends billions of pounds and he builds the value of the club. He builds the value of the players. What does Tottenham do? They build a stadium so that they can make more money that's outside of the football, right? It's two different scenarios. This ownership does not care. They don't care. They don't care. You guys can go and yell at them at their box or whatever. It doesn't affect them. They don't care. They don't see this club and its fans as human beings. They don't care. It's numbers. It's a money game. They don't care. We need to do everything we can as a fan base to get them out of our club right now. I don't know why we haven't been doing it earlier. I've always been a Levy out guy when Levy was still here, right? When I first got into the club and I saw the whole situation, we need them to be gone now. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. I joined this club. My first game ever watching was the Champions League final. First game ever watching Tottenham Hotspur. All I have watched is the team go down and down and down. They need to leave. They need to leave.
Yeah, I mean, it's spot on, I think, what you say. I think everyone can agree that these owners are, at the moment, a cancer that just needs rooting out at the moment, which it seems as though there's no end in sight. In terms of on the footballing side, is there any changing the situation that we're in the short term? A change of manager, a different formation? Are we doomed for relegation at this point? Is the damage been done already?
I don't know if we'll go down. Like I said, I think some of the other teams might also just not perform how they should be performing to keep themselves up, and we might just get lucky. I don't think the manager is going to do anything. I mean, you guys went through Tudor's history on this channel. You saw what he's done at every other club he went into. He's been the positive influence. He's been the bounce back guy, right? This is the first club he's come to, and he hasn't done that. It's like Jose Mourinho when Jose Mourinho joined. This is the first club he didn't win at. We're always the club of first, and it's the worst first.
And Conte
every
too.
time.
First time he didn't win.
Conte too. Exactly. So, to me, everything we have seen, at least everything I've seen since I became a fan, just points to a culture issue at the club that's perpetuated by the owners. And I think you can go back to the other person who calls in frequently. I'm forgetting his name. He's the Olympian, the guy
Josh.
who talks about
Josh
talks about sports performance all the time. He hits the nail on the head. It is a culture issue. You need to set the culture of a winning club before you can win. And this ownership structure doesn't know how to do that. They don't build around a philosophy. They make contradicting decisions all the time. They don't know what they're doing. They are incompetent. The only thing they know how to do is grow the value of the club. And they didn't even do that through a footballing sense. Like I said, like how Todd Bowley did it. They did it by building a ginormous stadium using their real estate know-how. That's how they built the value of the club. They didn't build it through the footballing aspect because they don't know what they're doing at all. And we need to do, like, I'll keep saying it, we need to do everything we can to get them out of the club. Everything. Protests, send letters, go to the stadium, knock on their door, whatever you can do. Don't buy new tickets. Don't buy concessions at the stadium. Anything you can do. They need to leave. Now.
When was your realization for you that was by any means necessary?
I mean, I'm very fortunate in my other two teams that I support over here to have two of the best ran organizations in their respective leagues. So I think probably what really was the wake up call for me was Conte, because I fully believed in Conte as a coach. I thought he was an amazing coach. You could tell from how he spoke and how he looked at the game that he was a coach who wins. And him coming out and saying things he said about the club, that was really my wake up call of things are not working here. The culture is wrong. We need to change it. And like what his name, Josh, I think you said, like he said, culture is everything in high performance sport. It is everything. So we need to change the culture, and the culture will only get changed once the owners leave.
But that ain't gonna happen between now and the end of the season. So is you're saying the only way we stay up is other teams being worse? And do you think that if you're predicting, do you think that will happen? Do you think other teams will be worse, or do you think we are going down?
I think we're probably going to go down. I think Nottingham Forest is a better team than us. I think West Ham, honestly, is a better team than us right now. So the way I see it, I think we're going to go down. I think we have a really tough run of fixtures coming up as well. So I don't really see us getting through that. I think Stell hit the nail on the head about the Nottingham Forest game. I think that's probably the point where we will see what will happen. But yeah, I think we're more likely than not going down. And that makes me even more mad because now I need to figure out where the fuck to watch the championship in America. Because who in America watches the championship? Because every American fan is a fan of a Big Six club. So they don't show the championship on TV. So I have to figure that out now. It's a mess. It's actually a mess. making myself angrier the more I think about it.
Trust me, you're not angry enough. I don't think you're angry enough. All right. Well, God, I don't know how we get out of this situation. I think we're at the moment. It seems as though we're just doomed. I feel like the way we play. I agree with you. Forest, West Ham, they're looking better than us. We're really struggling, I think, to do anything. Tudor hasn't had the desired effect.
And that's also like literally every other club he went into. He did what he needed to do. He clearly knows what he's doing. He clearly knows how to do this. I don't want to hear, it's the Premier League. It's a different animal. He clearly knows what he's doing. It's a thing with the club. It's a thing with the... I don't even know if it's a thing with the players or if it's just such a deep-seated culture issue that seeps into them and makes them worse, which it probably more so is that. But it's clearly a club issue, and we need to stop looking short-term. Like you were saying, what can we do from here to the end of the season? I don't necessarily agree with Stelios. I think relegation is this like messiah thing that's going to save the club or anything. But I do think we need to stop looking short term and thinking, what can we do to save ourselves here and now? And more so look to how can we build a self-sustaining machine that'll be competing forever? And the way we do that is we get rid of these owners and we allow people to come in who actually care about footballing success and actually want to see the club be something special. I don't care what their motivations are for that. If they want to sell the club later down the line, whatever. But as long as they care about building up the footballing image of the club so that the club maintains its value no matter what. Like, for example, Manchester United got relegated. Their value's not going to go down that much because the fans are still going to be there. It's not the same with Tottenham because Tottenham has all these international fans who are drawn in either through Son Heung-min, through these star players, through just seeing Tottenham on as one of the big boys. And then once Tottenham isn't one of the big boys, they're not going to be around anymore. We've already started to see that a little bit this season with the departure of Son. It's going to keep getting worse. It's just, it's such a complicated issue. There isn't a short-term solution to it. You can't fix it short-term. You have to look long-term, or it's not going to get fixed. And so whether that, I don't personally agree with Stelios that it's relegation and that's going to save everything, but relegation might be a step along the journey, for sure. It might be, but we need to stop as fans thinking about how can we dig ourselves out of the hole we're looking at right now. And we need to, sorry, I saw your guys' message. Thank you, Brian. We need to stop looking short term and how can we dig ourselves out of this gaping hole in front of us right here and now and think about the actual cemetery we're buried in.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right, Ezekiel. Look, we're going to have to end the show, but appreciate you calling in. Appreciate you calling
no
in
problem,
and ending the
boys.
show. Ended it with a lot of passion. Appreciate it. It's good to see you, and please call in again. We'll see you soon.
Yes, it's good to see you too, boys. Go get some rest. I know it's
Cheers.
3 a.m.?
No, not yet, but it's 1:45. Still getting late, though.
Yeah. Get some rest, boys. Have a good night.
Cheers, Ezekiel.
See ya.
All right. Costa, appreciate you coming in, my man.
Thanks for having me.
Not the result we wanted.
No,
but
I lost my streak.
After one game. Long one. Appreciate you coming in. Looking for more updates, I'm sure. If you get any little things and little... I'm sure there's going to be things getting released over the next few days, I assume. But appreciate you coming in. Go check out Himothy on X and TikTok. I'll put the links in the description. Big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for joining the stream. We'll see you all very, very soon. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you
We're going
Spurs.
down.